Hello, everybody. Sorry we're late. There's a reason. You might see a tail go past in just a moment. You might even be able to hear a very loud purring. I haven't There you go. See? I'm currently looking after my mum and dad's cats. They're moving house. And these cats were not supposed to turn up until, well, initially they weren't supposed to turn up on Thursday. And then it became Wednesday. And now it became yesterday. So, yep, thank you. So it's been absolutely nightmarish here. The last 24 to 48 hours. Because they're having disagreements with each other. So I'm coming to you now. You can see the bags under my eyes. I'm coming to you now live with like 3.5 hours sleep under my belt. But we're here, guys. We're doing this. It's happening. It's the epilogue. It is the conclusion of A Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 2. Are you excited? Because I'm excited. We've got a fair bit to get through tonight. And we will be joined, allegedly, I know how this worked out last time, but we will be joined allegedly by the entire team. However, to begin with, and I'm going to undeafen him now, was only just me and Rich, just for the moment. Oh, is there somebody else? I think there's a Reza there as well, who might have just appeared. He's in there. Let me just undeafen and just say hello to everybody. They should be able to hear me now.
Hello.
You can hear me. I see Reza's there.
He's threatening to be there.
Yeah, he's.
I'm here. I'm just trying to figure out because I'm staying at my dad's and I'm trying to figure out how to make my camera work. So you're gonna have to bear with me.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. We can just. We can head over to this screen, and yeah, it's all broken. So let's just see.
I mean, what's this season without a little bit of technical difficulty?
Well, exactly. Let's see if we can. At the moment, Reza is represented by grey bars, locked. Apparently, it's private. So Rich and Rich are here. Adam allegedly will be here in about 20 minutes. Allegedly. But good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I
don't know why it keeps saying locked. I don't know how to turn it off.
Is it just permissions or something? Do you need to grant permissions to Discord to use the camera?
But it says it's fine. This is confusing.
Oh no.
Oh, no. It'll be fine. It'll be all good. So, at the moment, I am joined by Mr. Glotkin and Mr. Padlock. Yeah, guys, it's the epilogue. We're here. We didn't do this last time.
Yeah.
So this is a new thing to the Tale of Many Warhipsters, to the show. Are you excited for this to be over? That sounds like a weird question.
Excited to be over. Excited to see all the wonderful family pictures that we'll get to see.
Yes, there's a lot of those. Chewy says, Rez, you just need to confirm you're over 18.
That's gonna be difficult because I'm obviously so young and beautiful.
It's a child lock because his dad knows he looks at mucky websites, says Ricky Drinks Paint.
I have no idea what's going on. Privacy and safety. Oh, hello.
Yes, so we've got all of your sorry, I can hear cats. So to give you guys a little bit of a breakdown at home there. My parents are moving. They're moving to the South Coast, and they are, as part of that, it's been this whole thing of it's a very short chain, but there's people obviously buying their house. They're not in a chain. So the chain is the people are buying my parents' house. My parents are buying a house, and that's the end of the chain, right? So, the thing that's been happening is that they only just completed the contracts yesterday, and they had a removal service that was kind of a bit on retainer, like they'd held the date, saying this is when we're going to complete, blah 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 blah. But they were a day late on the completion. And because they were a day late on the completion, they just said, well, we did engage this removals company for a couple of days, so it should be fine. The removals company was supposed to start doing the removals today, and they would do it over the weekend, and then we would be they would be collecting the cats on Monday. That's not happened. What's happened is the removals company then just immediately gave away the slot as soon as they could to somebody else. So my mum and dad spent a frantic time yesterday trying to figure out somebody who could move their stuff, because now it's all, it's going to be a problem. Anyway, they found somebody who was going to do it, and they said, yep, but we need to start right now. That's how we can squeeze it in. So my mum and dad rang me yesterday and go, do you mind if the cats come now? And I was like, I am not ready for this at all, but sure. Anyway.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's been a crazy 48 hours. They were perfectly fine to begin with, and then they went and one of them came out and explored the rest of the flat, and because one of them came out and explored the rest of the flat, the other one is now a stranger. So the one that did all the exploring now just keeps hissing at her sister, which is fun. It's lovely. It's just what you want. Rez, man.
I don't know what's going on. Bear with.
Okay. So yes. Anyway, that is the long story short. We have so there are 2 cats here now that weren't here before, and I thought they would be a lot more settled. And basically last night it was a case of one was hissing at the other, and the other was just really happy to be here. So it was just mewing constantly. Neither of them are like this. Their behaviours have completely changed since they've come here, as was predictable. But yeah, I was like, I can't sleep in my own bed tonight, because that became like a bit of a battleground / cuddle fest. And I was like, I'm just going to go in the living room, because neither of them have claimed this, and they still haven't until this day. So I slept on the sofa last night, but I didn't sleep very well at all. Anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't.
We are here, we are live, we are going. The Tale of Many Warhipsters, joined, of course, by Mr. Padlock and Mr. Gwatkin. So, Adam, as mentioned, will be here in about 15 minutes. We've got a good pile of things to go through today. We've got, but it's reasonably quick, right? Because we're looking at family photos, which is going to be super fun. Yeah, I hope you're as excited as I am. Guys, are you excited at home? Both Riches, are you excited?
Yeah, very excited.
Yeah. I'm
Get to see everything together. There's something special about seeing like a color scheme and an army scheme across many multiples of models. So yeah, definitely looking forward to how they look en masse.
Yeah. Do you want my help googling, Rich?
I don't know if this is like a restart my laptop thing, because everything says I've got all the permissions are granted. Sorry. Well, you just keep going and I'll join back with.
Yeah, you might just have to restart, I think, because you might have changed your privacy settings, which therefore means you might have to restart it.
Yeah, well, let me try that. I'll be right back.
Alright. Well, there we go. So, should we just get started, right, Mr. Gwatkin?
Yeah, if you'd like. There were a couple of stats I had, if you're interested.
Yes. Yes, please do.
I shared with you a little sneak peek.
Yeah, no, please do.
So I wonder if...
Let me sort out the thing. I've now got double your face. because Res keeps joining and rejoining. It keeps messing it up. So we'll just do that. And then we'll just minimize the other two. And that one and that one. There we go. Alright. Go on, hit us with your best stats.
Well, I wonder if anyone in chat, if you guys want to guess what you think like the most popular models were, I'll run through them. But just put your guesses in chat so you can see if you can pick the ones. And then there's one that I was particularly interested in as well is, do you think there was more Ionis Cryptborns or more Usherans?
Ah, right.
So those were quite close. And
Okay.
there was, especially towards the end of Tales, they were quite popular, so it was interesting to see sort of which one came out on top.
Awesome. We've got some guesses in here. So Chewy guesses Angron. Eron says Usheran. Travis says Usheran. Captain Manu says Dragons, which is a good guess. Lord Vigilant says Tomiyagami. Usheran says Dana. Ionis and Usheran says Flying. Scarbrand says Ice Phoenix X100. Dragon says Dave. Usheran / Ionis. Stormcast Apothecary Biologist. That was a popular one. We saw a lot of those.
There was quite a few of those. I don't think anyone's got it yet, though. Remember back right to the beginning as well, and what were the most popular boxes there, too, because that definitely influenced a lot.
Sanguinary Priest with jump pack, says Chad. There might have been one or two of those, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Talia, says Vicious Goose. It's a good shout. It's a good
And a couple of those.
Go on, hit us with your stats.
So the number one most painted model of Tales 2 was the Terminator Captain from Leviathan.
Was it? Wow. Okay, so the Terminator Captain was the most popular model.
Yeah, followed closely by Terminators at number 2, which, kind of makes sense.
Okay.
And then if you look at the top 10 in total, 8 of those top 10 were all from the Leviathan kit. So we obviously had a ball with the Leviathan right at the beginning, sort of this time last year, which, totally makes sense.
Okay. So, what was the top 10 in descending order? So, Terminator Captain was the most popular.
Yeah. So Terminator Captain was most, then Terminators, then the Primaris Lieutenant from Leviathan, that sort of lone wolf type character.
Yeah.
Then we had Infernus Marines. Then we had Ballistus Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Then we had an AOS model that I'll come back to later, followed by the Winged Tyrannid Prime as the most popular Tyrannid model, which is a lovely, lovely model. And then another AOS model that we'll come back to. And then Terminator Librarian and Termagants to finish out the top 10.
Okay.
There was 2 AOS models there in the top 10.
Yeah.
And as the chat might have guessed, those was Cryptborn and Usheran, which is very impressive, seeing as they were basically only around for maybe like the last third, like the last 3-4 months that we really saw them. So they rocketed way up to the top of the charts there.
So who won out of those two? My guess is that Usheran won. It's got to be close though.
So it was 1 between them.
Oh wow.
There was only 1 difference, and it was the Dragon Rider Ionis Cryptborn who made it to the top of the AOS list.
Oh wow. Okay. So how many times did we see Ionis?
So we had 10 Ionis Cryptborns and 9 Usherans, which is insane.
That is insane. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I mean, that's
and
great.
For other big models, we also had 8 Pronduses, 6 Talia Vedras, 5 Killer Bosses on Great Nash Tooth, 4 Trug the Troggoth Kings, 4 Belfnosses, 3 Tree Lords, 3 Spirit Berthus, and 3 mega bosses on more crushers. Lots of big lads and ladies, which is great to see.
Yeah, that's wonderful. How many times? So you might have already said it. How many times did the Terminator Captain appear?
So that was 13. So not that much more. It was fairly close at the top. But yeah, just enough to pivot. And it was a lot of it was because there were like months where we would all paint a HQ and months where we would all paint a troop. And so people gravitated towards like the Terminator Captain and like the Terminator Librarian a lot as well, because those were just great models from the Leviathan kit.
Did you? Laura's asked a great question there. Do we have an overall dragon count, like including Ionis, Kronos, Karazai, Stormdrake Guards?
I thought about doing that, but there were just too many at the end with all the different Stormdrake Guard and etc. So
dragons.
There were lots and lots and lots of dragons. Dragons really won.
Yeah, dragons were the winners. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's
all the dragons together. They far outnumber everyone else.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to spend the next bit of time between season 2 and season 3 coming up with another super new favorite model of mine. See if we can influence the community that way.
Yep.
Need stats logging to help out on submissions forms. Oh, I see. Yes. I think we can probably. I can probably do something. It's the problem with the submission form is there's so many tools within the Google form that if I could put in a drop down, but then I'd have to populate the drop down with every single model.
Yeah.
And I think most people would say other and then just describe what they've done. That would be the best way to get all of the stats, though, to be fair.
Yeah, as someone who works with like a little bit of data, it's got to be hard to like make it work regardless. So don't worry about it too much. It was just like I was curious and I went scrubbing through all the different videos and counted up what I could.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you for doing that. That was great. Should we dive in? Should we see should we get started?
Let's do it.
It's your permission that we have to go for because you're the one who's kicking things off today. Mini Painting Dad has been a member for 12 months. Amazing. That is our year anniversary, Mini Painting Dad. What are we going to do to celebrate? Well, we're going to do Epilogue. Tale of Many Warhipsters. That's our anniversary party. I love it. That's great. Well, okay, let's do it. Shall we? Let's. Unfortunately, for various reasons, I wasn't able to submit this month. The only one I've missed. Gutted. Oh, it's okay, Black Dog Minis. You'll find out later when the next season is going to be because we've got a little trailer to show you all. I can even drop it.
And also,
go on.
Technically, Black Dog, you actually submitted for all of them. This is just a little extra bonus one at the end. So you hit all 12, and then there's just a little extra bonus one. So don't feel too bad.
Is it going to kick off tomorrow? It's not going to kick off tomorrow, Captain Mannerings. Do you know what? I'm just going to deploy it now for everybody to see, so everybody can laugh at the joke. I sent this to the guys earlier, and well, you'll see what I mean about why it's so funny. So yeah, guys, I'm just going to show you a little video now. I hope you don't mind, but here you go. There you go. Oh dear. I had a lot of fun making that today.
Good stuff. Good stuff. See, I feel like it's classier than a GW video. So
James has got it.
Like
I'll watch the skies. Yes. Yeah, that's season 3. Season 3, cheeky. Well, I might even halfway through the actual pack do it again just to show you how annoying it can be when you suddenly put a trailer halfway through something that wasn't. I mean, to be fair, mine is actually appropriate for the Tale of Many Warhipsters. It's not like I was previewing the release of something completely different. But yeah.
Yeah. It's like, wait a minute, we weren't supposed to do like this. Was supposed to be just Scaventide. What's happening now?
Exactly. Anyway, we're gonna jump in now. So we are gonna kick things off, and as I mentioned, Rich is the one kicking us off today because I haven't submitted a family photo because of the cats. That's why. Also, I painted so many models this year; it was all quite disparate. I was gonna literally yesterday. My job was gonna be to pull it all together and make a big old picture, but cats, so they got in the way. Anyway, here we go. So, tail screen, it should be there. It's not there. Why is it not there? Ah, that's why. There it is. So, Mr. Gwatkin, talk us through your family photos.
Well, first up, we have my Lord of the Rings Khazad-dûm dwarves. So it's just a little warband at the moment, but we'll be expanding that to a full army. But I've just included the 2 family photos today because these are the most complete armies that I have. I started lots of different little projects and did test models here and there, but these are the ones that I can actually put together as a family photo and say, here, this is all done.
Yeah. Sorry, the stream went silly again.
Yep.
So this is your Khazad-dûm dwarves that you did. How many points is this?
I don't know off the top of my head. Probably about like 200-ish, maybe. There aren't that many heroes in here, but I've got them on the way. But it's a nice little sort of like warband to start me off with, and then I'll paint more as I go.
Okay. So maybe will you return to them for Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 3? Not that we've mentioned it yet.
Might do. I've got lots and lots of different projects on the go that are like half finished or like part started. So I'm sure there'll be many different things that I look to finish off next time.
Nice. I like it. Sorry, every time I move something, it seems to just minimize you on Discord, which is really annoying. So I don't want to do that. So this should hopefully do for now. So you sent me another one as well, which was this one. So this is your Moria army. Recognize that one from a mile away.
Yeah, these are all my Moria goblins, and while I may go back and revisit some of the basing, this is, for all intents and purposes, a fully painted, fully finished Moria army, which is just a great feeling to have. That you can, it's like, oh, if people just want a game or there's a tournament coming up, I have a fully painted army. I can just pick it up and play, which is such a great feeling.
Yeah, that is nice. Are you as excited for the new edition as I've seen a lot of people on the internet are?
Excited. I think initially there was a bit of apprehension because like, oh, don't change it, we love it already. But then as people sort of digested the news a little bit more, they were like, actually, like we could probably like maybe change a couple of these rules, maybe change a couple of those rules, and like the core of it still stays like 95% the same. But there's like little bits of adjustments that can be made here and there, whether in how a certain rules interaction works or how like certain profiles are built and whatnot. So it's all very exciting. It's such a great game. I don't think they'll change it that much. They'll just clean it up and refine it. And it could just be it's already the best game that they make, but it could be even better.
Yeah,
which is great.
I think it'll just be a case of it's just going to be a tidy up, and I think they might just like remove some of the things that people barely use.
Yeah. And clarify stuff. Like one of the rules writers, I think, commented on one of their Facebook posts and said, there's always room for clarification, cleaning up, and stuff like that. So if that's the direction they're going with it, I think the community's going to be very happy.
Yeah. No, awesome. We don't have a family photo from Adam. He's too busy at the moment, and we don't have one from Rez because he hasn't done very much this year. So you're our only presenter who followed through on the brief.
Hey.
So we're gonna
Glad
go...
I got something in.
Exactly, you win the prizes. So we now move on to the first of our submitted outside of us four. It's Mr. Dave Hall with the first of 2 photos. Here we behold the Stormcast Eternals in all of their glory. This is one of those Iona scriptborns.
Yeah, very much so, and so much glory. Those spells look great at the front as well, but it's always just joy to see this like table that you've built here, especially with all the parts around it. But just stunning work, Dave, as always. They look so amazing in their full glory with the dragons and trees behind and everything.
Yeah. I was going to ask you what your background, how you did your background. I see Rez is here.
I've had to go on my iPad.
You mentioned dragons and these guns.
Right, I need to now fiddle with the stream, so give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Hey.
You dragons look
I actually
wonderful.
see him as well.
Yeah, I'm going to apologise for how janky my camera is, everyone.
Oh, good. At least you're here.
I'm just covering up Dave's work at the moment with your face, Rich. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking. No, awesome. Oh God, what did I just do? No, I clicked. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, it's not. No, it's not fine.
What have you done? Was it me? I broke stuff.
I don't know. Oh, there we go. It's fine. It's fine. We're all good. I clicked on the wrong thing and it looked like everything went away. Background is pictures cut from a calendar and stuck to some foam board. Well, that's awesome.
That's such a good idea.
That's what they do for like train sets and stuff. It's so clever.
That is really cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, because I know when like some people were doing these for battle reports, they basically had to like find a custom printer to do them. So yeah, great work in being able to just stick it together.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's brilliant. That is a 100 IQ play. That's what they call it, or 200 IQ play. That's what they say on the internet. Yeah, I mean, I love a Stormcast army, of course I do. Yours is absolutely spectacular, Dave. Can't wait to see more. Will you be joining us for season 3, Dave, with maybe some new Stormcast Eternals when they come out? Because they'll be pretty new in the around about November, I would imagine. That's not insider knowledge. That's just a guess. Okay.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
I don't know when the Stormcast.
Usually they do stuff for Christmas.
Exactly. Good evening, Alec, man. How you doing? His other picture that he sent us is of the Ogre War Tribes.
Very nice. I love the contrast between the two, between this very like regal, rich gold, and then here you've got like the earthy tones from the bases, and then just all the like the bloody hands and the beautiful skin work as well. It's just something magical about putting them together and seeing them all those like little bits of blood then repeat across the entire army, and they really come together to create this cohesive force.
It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? It's just that sea of flesh as well. It works so well on mass. It looks brilliant. I think this might be the largest Ogre
really
War
does.
Tribes army I've ever seen, apart from back in the day in Warhammer Fantasy when you saw Ogre Kingdoms.
Yeah, probably. Definitely during the AOS sort of era.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I mean, I've seen big Beastclaw Raiders collections, but this is much nicer.
Yeah.
It's great. Mr. Reza, anything?
Well, I'm just loving the colours of the banners. It really adds some pops against the skin, and adds so much character to the army.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm also kind of think, Dave, maybe you need to make a second board to put them opposite each other.
Oh yeah, not just a family photo, but like a families fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what all families
there
do.
is that. I mean, you could always do like half of one army and half the other, and like have them on either side of like this board. Because it's funny, like this board still looks really natural for them to be on.
Yeah.
Because they've got some of the green coming through their bases and whatnot, and it's like lots of earthy tones. So like, whether it's more like the regal golds and such, or the more earthy tones here, they both really work on this board. Which, you know, kudos to you for picking a really good sort of neutral board that you can put anything on.
Yeah. No, they're great. They're fabulous. Thank you very much, Dave. Our next family photo comes from the Colonel himself, who's also got two. First up, we have the Sylvaneth.
Nice. I love all those like ghostly elements, like when they're put together. Very, very striking. And how like high you've got with your highlights on them contrasts really well against all the natural woods there.
Yeah, I'm loving everyone's background game. It's really up to it.
Yeah, everyone's background
Yeah.
game is better than mine.
Yeah.
I just went black and black. Let's go.
I mean, mine's just a bit of rocky background that I found from Black Velvet Styling. If you want to check those backgrounds out. But,
I thought you were going to say your garden.
no, sadly not. Not that creative. No, these are great. These are absolutely fantastic. I love these.
Yeah.
We've got we've got Kurnoth Hunters in here. We've got Gossamer Archers. We've got Spite Rider Lancers. We've got Tree Revenants. We've got the Arch Revenant. We've got Elthane's Reavers or something, or whatever they're called. I can't remember. It's the what are they called? It's the Underworld's Warband, which is very, very nice. It's a great collection of models. It's really pretty. It's just very vibrant and warm and warm.
Yeah, but then at the same time, like the blue makes it feel cold, but like warm at the same time, which makes absolutely zero sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the juxtaposition, right, which makes it so effective.
Good word.
Yeah.
I've improved my vocabulary for the last episode. I'm just going to turn my fan on because it's really hot in my house, because I have to close all the windows because otherwise the cats will make a freaking escape attempt. If you'd like to see another cold army, a very cold army, some might say with the touch of death upon them, here's his other photo. This is the Nighthaunt that we've been treated to over the past couple of months.
Yeah, it's great to finally see them all together as well.
Yeah.
Those, again, it's all the colours that are then repeated across different models, the blue and the white especially, that really just looks so good together. And here I actually noticed like the browns a lot more. They come through, because often when we're looking at them, we're looking, it's like, oh, those blues are amazing, as we've said. But yeah, it's the consistency of like the browns across there that really works as well.
Yeah. It's great, isn't it? I've been really looking forward to seeing this one all together, because I love the blue. I've always loved the blue that Colonel's been using on all of the.
It's very, very cool.
And yeah, just to see it en masse, it's exactly as I kind of pictured, which is very exciting. It's just very, very effective.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
As we thought it would and hoped it would, but yeah, just seeing it, the sea of blue, ghostly blue. Yeah, it's just a sight to behold.
Yeah, I really like the lantern on the black coach. You see it up there. I don't think I gave that as much appreciation as I should have done last time, but seeing it here, it's funny how you spot new things, isn't it? When you
Yeah,
and then
look
even
at
the
it,
same, using the same yellow for the candles as well.
yeah, it's wonderful. Travis says,
I didn't
"These look
realise it was such a
amazing."
big base.
Say again, Rez?
I didn't realise it had such a big base.
Oh yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, the new one is
It's a very, very
Very
large
big.
model. Travis says, "These look amazing. Imagine had I not invented blue." You know, exactly. We would all be worse off for it if you hadn't done it. No, it's absolutely incredible work, Colonel, and it's very appreciative to be shared, all of it. Now it is time to take a quick break from Age of Sigmar, where we head over to the worlds of the 41st millennium, and we have a treat from, well, we have a couple of treats from Chewie. The first up is the Dark Angels. Here they are.
Very nice.
So we have
Got a little bit of each being represented.
yeah, exactly, and most of it's retro models as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Very
have
cool.
the old Land Raider in the back. We have the old Boxnaut. We have the classic plastic Deathwing Terminators from Dark Vengeance. We've got some of the old.
Josh, you're going to kill me.
Go on.
I figured out. I fixed my camera on my laptop, so I'm going to be right back.
That's fine. Firstborn, bestborn, says Chewy. Yes, I agree.
That's a very classic old Land Raider as well, which is so cool to see on the table.
Can't hear the guy on top. You can't hear me, or you can't hear. Well, Rez has got a really nice camera now.
E.
If you,
Can you hear me?
Not sure which audio is
I
the
can hear
problem,
you.
but hopefully we can fix it. Please do shout if you can't hear one of us.
say something, Rez.
Sorry. Hello.
There we go. Right, I'm just gonna. One more. Say something again.
Hello.
There we go. Perfect. Perfection. Perfection.
You're gonna laugh. There's a switch on the side of my laptop I just had to flick.
Ah.
I didn't know laptops had a switch like that, but I've learned something new.
Yeah.
Well,
wow,
there you
good.
go.
Hey,
There you
that
go.
was sorted.
Travis Woodside has dropped a $99.99, $100, and says thanks for a great
Amazing.
season. Thanks
Oh,
for the
wow.
incredible super chat.
Yeah, what a legend.
That's absolutely unbelievable. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
That's so
Travis.
lovely.
That is very, very kind of you. Thank you for being part of such a great season. You are all part of this.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. A Switch on a laptop, says Dan Elliott.
What is this manual thing I have to do?
Was that a stupid comment from me?
No. But yes. That's very, very kind of you, Travis. Thank you so much.
In terms of audio, they say, Josh, you're a little quiet.
They say
so
I'm a
you
little
probably
bit
turn yourself
quiet.
Up a bit. That's what they said.
She's never quiet.
You can be a little quiet, Josh. Yeah, I can be if because I need to, like I said, I need to replace this microphone because it's clearly got this short drop off. I have to be near it to stop it from just falling off because I've got it at the max volume I can have it, so it's clearly something to do with the dynamic range of the microphone. I will endeavor to be this close at all times to the microphone. Is that okay? Do I sound all right now, guys? Is that fine? Is that better?
You sound beautiful.
Just checking with everybody out there.
We'll hear them info also in a minute. But yeah, just going back to these models, Chewy, you've done a fantastic job on these.
Yes.
I mean, I especially just love how the consistent basing as well just gives such like a great palette for everything to be contrasted against. Yeah, super consistent, super lovely, and I'm a big sucker for the classic Dark Angel schemes, and you've done a great job here.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, and I love how actually they are, a lot of them. It's all firstborn, and actually the lion fits right in, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does.
Which
Yeah.
I find like not surprising, but that's awesome that is the case. That his design language works so well with the firstborn, because I don't think Gilliman's does. I think Gilliman's really works with obviously all the newer Primaris stuff. It can work with firstborn.
Yeah, the way his like armor sculpt is a little bit more sort of towards the Primaris. Well, I feel like the Lions is almost, yeah, like you said, a little bit older version of the armor. It's a little bit more like medieval and archaic. So it actually
fits more in
fits
with
the
their
design
style.
language of like
Yeah.
Heresy and Firstborn for sure.
Guilliman's looks almost out of place with the other guys, everybody else's armor.
Yeah.
Where Ladine really fits in with the kind of aesthetic.
I just realised I can actually turn myself up even louder, so maybe I don't have to sit that close. Let's do that. That should be even better.
They say sign and Edward says who you find, Josh. So it seems to be working.
Good. I'm glad. Awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, so Chewie's got another one. We have... there we go. We have the 1,000 Suns and Tzeentchian Demons.
Very, very cool.
Because I believe I think he said Araman was the first submission for this season 2.
I love how much color there is when the color palette is so kind of like similar, but it's like all the different styles of the same color, if you know what I mean, like contrast of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the vibrancy, especially on like the Exalted Flamers at the back, but all your demons, I'm always just blown away by how vibrant you can get those colors. It truly is astounding, and it's perfect for demons.
Yeah. It's a beautiful blend of... I mean, it's so very 1,000 Sunsy, isn't it? The Tzeentch armies always look very impressive when they're all together. That they are amongst one of the better looking armies out there, I think. Just because it's so wild with the colours, as you guys have said.
Especially when they're done like this.
Yeah. Like
GW's paint schemes tend to be a little bit more desaturated because that's what their paint range tends to be, which absolutely nothing wrong with. But for here, you punched up that vibrancy in exactly the right places, and it really, really works.
Yeah. Sorry, we've had a cat visit. She's biting my ankle, which is nice. Stop it.
As you do.
Just leave it out, okay? My demons pretty much followed Josh's tutorials. Aww. But with just better skill.
You just stop paying people to say that, Josh.
Well, yeah, that is how I get all of my good reviews. Yeah, no, great stuff, Chewie. Thank you so much. Next up is back to the Age of Sigmar with Tattooed Zoologist and the Flesh Eater Courts, and then a quick extra submission right at the end there with the Prosecutors from Scaventide.
Oh, yeah, the new Sanguinary Guard.
Well,
I'm joking. It won't be controversial.
We know what the new Sanguinary Guard look like now, Rez. So it is not that.
No, these are far better models.
No. Lots of people making that comparison. It's like, oh, you want wings? Have this model here.
Yeah.
It is going to be the.
I love how the wings are. Yeah, I love how the wings are different colours. Yeah. Actually, it's really cool.
Yeah, I actually really like the red on those.
Yeah, so much character.
But, also the Flesh Eater Cords look suitably menacing and disgusting in all the right places.
Yeah,
very, very cool.
Are these zombie dragons?
The bats or the Terrorgeist. I know at least one is a Terrorgeist. I think maybe both are, but you have to clarify for us.
Yeah, it's a lovely. I always like it when you see like kind of. Like I like the synergy, the symmetry, I should say, of the two dragons, because they feel like Usharan's pets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, true.
They're the boss you have to beat before fighting him.
Yeah, exactly. If he's Bale, then that's the two jagged hill drakes that you have to fight on the way up.
Salt and pepper. Yeah,
exactly.
It would be quite funny if we had like really funny names to them like that. Look menacing. And this is this is Bill and Ben.
All hail Lord Usharan and his royal dragon entourage, Bill and Ben, the flower pot men. Flesh Eater armies do look menacing. Tales from the Mustache. It really does. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Flesh Eater Courts, especially the newer stuff. And I'm a real big fan of how they play on the tabletop now.
Are they good?
They're a bit good.
Okay.
They are a bit good.
Or the
They're spicy.
Usharan actually reminds me of a DLC boss from Dark Souls 3. Which one? Out of interest. Because I know what you mean. He's the most Dark Souls miniature they've ever made, apart from the Knight of Rooks.
very much so.
Whatever it was called. He's great. The zombie dragon / terror guys could use a new model. I agree.
Maybe it's just being nostalgic, but I still love the old one. So it's great to see them here.
I love the old one. But you know, there's the all the new stuff is just so nice for them.
Yeah, that is like the old stuff is still really holds up really well, but seeing just what they can do and the lengths that they can go to with some of the new stuff, obviously whatever they design of the new stuff is going to look incredible.
Yeah. But no, fantastic work, Tattooed Zoologist. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Bony Matter.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
The very bony looking army as well. Oh, it's such a
I love
cool
that
color
tank.
scheme, especially with the camo. Yeah,
Bony Matter wants me to do a video which is 100 ways to use Bony Matter, and I really genuinely think he should be the one to do the video.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, go ahead and just film it yourself because there's just something about like seeing like an entire collection of Space Marines all in the same color scheme.
with
Little
tanks
pops
as
of red
well.
here,
Like with
they
the
really-
big models, really looks so class.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think it's a really smart choice of color, having like a fairly neutral sort of base tone, and then these sort of more desaturated browns and greys and reds and silvers and such to really complement those. I think that color choice really works well together.
Yeah.
The actual Bony Matter paint has touched every single one of these models. As did you. As did you, Chad.
Yeah.
They've
You know
given...
what I always find funny with Space Marines is that like their armor never makes any kind of like practical sense of their colors.
Yeah.
Like how devastating they would be if they actually wore like camouflage or where they were fighting. And
Yeah, I
these
think,
guys
like-
just gone up a scale because you can't see them as well.
Yeah. These would be like incredible, like desert raiders. for sure.
Yeah. That tank is so cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for Space Marine 2. Because I can't
Josh,
wait.
I've
That
booked
looks very
the
good.
days off work.
Have you?
I've booked because I've bought the version where you get 4 days early.
Yep.
I've booked
Oh,
all
wow.
4 days as annual leave.
Incredible.
I did it the
know
other
what
day.
we're doing.
Yes, that was my thought process at the time.
But so yeah, as Chad says, these are the Tome Keepers. What I can't wait for is for people to be able to go
Very
in
cool.
and use the tools in Space Marine 2 to bring things like the Tome Keepers to life in
Yeah.
Space Marine, and then just seeing people having fun with that. I mean, it's one of the... I've said this before, and we were talking about the video games last week. That one of the best things from Realms of Ruin has been a lot of people using the color scheme thing in it to generate storm hosts and just be like, there we go.
I used to do that all the time with Dawn of War.
Yeah.
Create all sorts of different color schemes for my own armies.
We'll all have to make our custom. Well, you don't really have a custom chapter, but like the rest of us make our custom chapters on Space Marine 2.
Yep.
'Cause I do the
Yeah.
Lancing Spears, which isn't a custom chapter, but I have those, and then Adam has. What are they called?
I can't remember. He'd have to
Um,
come online and tell us.
Yeah.
They're purple though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, purple and like red and such.
Yeah.
My chosen chapter at the moment is the Alpha Legion, but I paint them slightly differently, so I could maybe like try something similar to that.
Yeah.
But I used to do Salamanders, so I could also do those.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. No, thank you very much, Chad, for sharing this. It's absolutely glorious. It's the biggest Tome
Yeah.
Keepers army I've ever seen, and it's beautiful. I love it. Absolutely love
stunning.
it.
That Calgar looks lovely as well.
Yeah. a very lovely army. It's just a very lovely army. Next up, we have another 40k entrant. We have Dan with the old Chaos Space Marines Combat Patrol. Is that right? Have I got that right, Dan?
Yeah.
Wow, this is showing off your skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
Stunning. It's so striking just how like having a couple of models of those like feature elements from that like OSL is so striking across an entire army. Like you don't need every single model to have it, but just like these feature pieces every now and then looks so incredible
front left
across everything.
Is that just a sergeant, or is that actually like is it a character?
So on the left there's a plasma pistol by the looks of it, and
okay.
also on the far right as well. And then we've got candles, and then either a plasma gun or a melter gun from the Hellbrute.
Yeah, the front
so
left
that's
plasma gun. That looks like something from like you could imagine it being on like the Astartes video. It looks so cinematic. With the
It
colour
actually
copy.
almost reminded me of like some of the glow work that they did on Arcane, like the animated TV series.
Yeah.
They had their very stylized colors with these sort of bright singular
Pops,
color glows. And here it just incredible work.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And like
Yeah.
You can see how obviously it goes out into sort of massive collection, but I really like it at this scale as well. It just applies the precise amount of lighting and color in what is a very kind of dark scheme, obviously for Black Legion type thing. So I just think it's perfect. It's absolute perfection. It's just so well balanced. It's just really nice.
And it goes to show that like sometimes across an entire force you only need to really like put those pops, like Dave's banners before were really eye-catching, so like just like a couple of models here and there can really draw the eye, and then people focus in on that model and spend a lot of time looking at that, and then the rest of the scheme supports that, but you can have these feature sort of moments and models.
Yeah, it adds to the collective.
Yeah, absolutely. No, awesome stuff. Thank you very much, Dan. Love it. Will you be back for Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 3? That's the good. This is the question that we have to ask everybody. Is will everybody be back for Season 3? But next up, we actually have just a submission here from Tommy of the Lord Vigilant on Gryffstalker.
Oh wow!
Very nice.
It's beautiful.
And that is that the new one from Scaventide from memory?
That is the one. Yep.
So different.
Yeah, the new Lord.
Yeah,
Is
nice.
that the one
Getting
we
into it already.
killed Adam with?
Yes, that is exactly it. Yeah.
So I just want to get that in there.
Yeah.
Unbeaten with Stormcast, Rich. Just want to let you know.
He is. Every time he's picked up the dice to roll on behalf of the Stormcast, Rich has just absolutely dogpiled everybody.
Yep.
And I'm 100% here for it. It just looks great.
I need to call out the shield. The shield with the white
Yep.
is amazing. It pops out so well, and it's so smooth and crisp. Gary Lineker Award
Very
is lovely.
crisp and clean.
Yeah. It's not easy to do it, and it looks fantastic. The Gryffstalker's done very well. You captured that kind of elements of the Ruination Chamber really nicely as well. It's got enough of that kind of edge to it, which is really good. It's what we like to see. I'm just really excited.
I was going to say, I really love how rich the blue is on that cape as well. I'm not sure what color you use for that, but it's a gorgeous blue.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's very, very pretty. I'm expecting maybe that for season 3 of Tale of Many Warhipsters, we'll see quite a few Scaventide models. Unfortunately, we have kind of ended it just not quite in time for Scaventide to fully take hold. But I'm
sure people will save them up for the next submission.
Yeah. No, wonderful stuff, Tommy. Seriously, really, you should be very proud of it. He's there. Yeah, it's great. It's absolutely wonderful. I love this model. I cannot wait. I hope that the Lord Vigilant on Grimstalker has some cavalry friends to accompany him. In the next wave of releases, a time will only tell if that is going to be true, prove out to be true. But I really hope that is the case, because he needs some friends. That's all. Just needs some friends. Anyway, next up we have Elekman. So there's a bit of a story over. So Elekman's got three slides. So first up here is the army of stuff that he's painted. So behold.
Very nice. Behold, indeed.
Yes.
I mean, it's great to have a big centerpiece like that dragon there for sure. But all the other stuff just looks really lovely. And you got the spells there. Yeah, it's looking great.
Those chronomantic cogs look fantastic.
Yeah, really cool.
The chronomantic cogs are these ones here they're the ones that look like cogs, funnily enough.
Yeah.
Thanks for explaining.
They're about one of the early ones that I actually know the name of.
I thought it was the dragon.
Well, I can understand that. We have. I also think, I believe, if I've got my names correct, the Ether Void Pendulum and the Quicksilver Swords as well, or Quicksilver Blades, whichever they're called.
They sound like appropriate names for those models.
Sorry for the scuffed photos. I had to take them while I only had 5 minutes left on my lunch, but they're not scuffed photos. You're all right. You're all good, Alec, man.
It's fine.
These are fantastic. Also, love to see a 6-man unit of Annihilators. Just saying.
Yes, they look brutal.
Big and scary. I think they were actually one of the most popular Stormcast mob units to be painted in Season 2.
Yeah, they are pretty popular. I also think, like, whilst they don't do, like, because the ones with the shields, right? The ones with the shields were the ones that were a sort of competitive choice. Not really, since the Quest to Soulsworn came out, but the Annihilators with shields were just really good because of the 2+ save, and then they just, as you experienced, Rez, when you used them at Warhammer World, you just bring them down and do a bunch more wounds, then you charge and do a bunch of more wounds, and then the weapon itself isn't that bad. That has now changed, so they're no longer as potent in that regard, but I still think, like, the Meteoric Grand Hammers really do have a place in a lot of armies.
Okay. Yeah, I nuked Adamax, but with those.
Yeah.
I completely no idea what I was doing, to be fair, but everything died.
Run these models towards those models. Attack.
It wasn't even run, it was just like land them next to them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, you should be very proud of this models, Eleman. His
love
next
them.
photo is something that he also managed to do this year, something he's very proud of, is actually having a proper airbrush setup, and this looks sick.
Oh wow, that's
Amazing.
so cool.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
You know, there's nothing more attractive to a hobbyist than like a good organized hobby space.
Yeah, it's why no one likes my studio, because it's an absolute
You've
bomb
got, like,
site.
You've got all your paints organized in a way that only you could, which is by alphabetical order.
Yeah.
And type. Everyone always forgets that. It's not
And
just
type,
all by
yeah.
alphabetical order. But
But
If
still,
we want to
it's-
talk about organized hobby desks, Adam's just joined.
has he?
Yeah.
Has he? By Jove. Oh yeah, there he is. There he is. He's getting his camera ready, getting his microphone ready, I'm sure.
I am in fact ready to go when you would like me.
Wow, we always want you. I like you.
Jump in, my love.
After I would turn on my camera and you'll probably get a tiny bit of my head displayed.
So we've just lost Richard. So now hang on. We've now got
That's just which one?
I have conquered you.
Adam wins.
Oh, no.
Two reses.
We've now got 2 reses, 1 Adam.
I am an agent of chaos.
Right, now we
If
have
nothing
to.
else.
Now we just have
That
to hang
you're-
on. Sorry, we need to find. Where have you gone, Mr. Quack? There you are. There we go.
www.technicaldifficulties.com.
Yeah, the whole.
We had technical difficulties when I joined Adam as well.
Oh really? Yeah, but I'm like an hour late because work decided to be very busy today, as it has been constantly. So
How dare they?
Well, we've got the whole
Sometimes.
gang together now.
I know
Hey.
we're like a crap Scooby. What were they called in Scooby Doo? The Mystery Gang.
Yeah.
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 Who's Scooby? I shouldn't have asked that question.
Dunno.
I know the answer.
I don't think
You're
any of us are cool enough to be Scooby Doo, are we?
You strike me as a scrappy dude, Rich.
Yeah,
You're like,
that's
let me at him. Let me at him.
Anyway, here's Alec Man's airbrush setup, and I think it looks great. And then final
Love it.
picture is a picture that he took, and I did see your message, Alec Man, but you're fine because there's no faces in it, so don't worry about it. The picture of the first GT that they've been to, returning to actually playing Age of Sigmar for the first time in a long time.
Oh wow.
I like it.
I'm going to a GT. That's
I like
big
it.
achievement.
We got dragons. We got various Stormcast. We got Ossiarch Bone Reapers. We got the weird terrain they have. The Ossiarch Bone Reapers, not the terrain on the table.
There's a bit of
It's
water.
very cool. Makes me very happy. Makes me very excited.
Yeah.
I
Great to see.
I want to go to an AOS GT. It's been a long time since I haven't been to one since I did a doubles in the end of first.
In the year 3000.
Were you like twirling your beard and getting extra points for that then?
No, because that was post General's Handbook and all that kind of thing. It might have been. No, it was definitely end of first. It's been a long time.
Do they do AOS team events?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Think
yeah,
so.
they do. Yeah.
Wow.
We should.
They just had
gang
the
together.
AOS Worlds not too long ago.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Like in the last month or two.
Yeah, we could play some more. I need to play some more games first, but I'm down.
We've got a good Stormcast player in the team, so we can go.
Yeah, we can.
I hear he's undefeated.
Yeah.
Listen, no, I'm joking. He says it's not my first GT, it's his third, but the GT is symbolic of my return to the game. Yeah, that's a kind of I sort of misspoke. But yeah, how did you get on, Alec man? Was it good? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. Who did you play across the GT? Just be interested to
And
know.
who were your MVPs?
Sorry.
Who was his MVP? Like, what model did the work?
Yeah, you want him to say dragons, don't you? And he might say
I
dragons.
really want him to say the dragons.
Clearly, it was the
it's-
Quest of Soulspawn.
Quest of
They're the
Soulspawn
ones you
was
said that
really
were good, right? Yeah.
cool. Dead cool.
Quest of Soulspawn
See,
are very good.
Do you know what? The one thing I did get to do today while I was doing some washing up after I ate my dinner before I went back to work, I was listening to Scaventide, the audiobook. So I've been listening to all about Stormcast and how cool they are. So this sort of battle shot here makes me very excited. It's very cool, Alec man. And
Would you
I've not
recommend
really
the book,
painted
Adam?
my Stormcast, but now I want to, which is bad because I'm painting my Slaves to Darkness, I'm painting my Flesh Eater Courts, I'm painting my Ideneth Deepkin. Stop giving me ideas.
You've got too many things to paint.
He said, I had a great time. I lost all my games and got a buy in round 5 and the sounds perfect.
What a legend.
Sounds absolutely fantastic.
Sure.
That does sound like a GT experience.
Love it, yeah.
As long as we had fun, then that's all that matters.
It's the right way to do it, GT.
And if you can lose quickly, it means more time at the bar.
He's buying a
Exactly.
gaming chair. This thing is buggered. Ugh.
No, awesome. Thank you very much, Alec man. Next up, we have Vicious Goose, who sends us some Scaventide. Hey, we have Grey Seer, we have some
Nice.
Rat Ogres, and we have the Claw Lord on
Oh, they look-
Beast.
Gorgeous.
They're so
Look how
cool.
like dark and vicious they are. They look proper scary.
I really love the bases with the warp stone toxic runoff goo nonsense that's on them. These are
Yeah.
wonderful.
I agree. I think they're better than mine.
I mean, that grey series is fantastic as well. Love the blending on the horns and then just like the slightly different color for its like cloak as well.
Yeah.
Really makes
I
the
love-
model come to life.
I love the rat ogre on the right as well. Just the way you've got the skin tone on the hands
Yeah,
and the
it's
face.
like a different one.
Love it.
They're such terrifying models. Like, so intimidating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
The claw-
really, again, yeah, even like pops of green throughout the model as well really help them come to life. And
Yeah. The Claw Lord's glaive looks really good.
yeah, that's what I was looking
Uh-huh.
at. Wonderful, wonderful work.
Yeah, they are good though. They are good. The new Skaven models, aren't they? They are really,
Honestly,
really
I think
good.
these models are making me want them more than the GW paint jobs did. Like this
Yeah.
actually brings them to life a lot better.
If rats don't freak me out, I would like them.
It's how you confront your fears. Electman did say his MVPs, by the way, were the Vindictors, Bastion Carthalos, the Man, the Legend, and Quest of Soulsworn. So Josh was 100% right.
I'll allow it.
There you go. Oh, Stormdread Guard massively underperformed. Sorry, Rich.
Oh wow.
Shame.
The idea I have for my Stormcast army is just all Stormcast Guard.
All dragons all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, these are just gorgeous, though. Well done, Vicious Goose.
Yeah, these are beautiful.
They're beautiful.
And the book hasn't even been out that long, so like, really good. Wait,
Yeah,
has it been out
people
for
are
a long time?
smashing it out.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was gonna say.
them already.
Yeah.
These are really good for.
And think of all the things to come from that preview we saw.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Imagine
some
what
really good
Vicious
stuff.
Goose is
I
going to do
love,
to some of them.
a
Yeah.
big
I
one.
love the Warpstone aesthetic.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful stuff, Vicious Goose. Thank you very much. Next up, we have an absolute smorgasbord of things. So prepare your eyes. So this is Dam Buster up next. With, there's 2 slides of this. I should just point out.
Everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Just everything onto one.
You
All
have
the
been
stuff.
Busy.
Yeah. So Dam Buster gives us Usharan, the Prosecutors, Scarbrand, a Chaos Lord on Manticore, a Abhorrent Archregent, 10 Gut Rippers, a Sludge Raker Beast. We've got a Lord Veritant, a Lord Vigilant. We've got Brand's Oathbound. We've got Abraxia. We've got the same beast from the Gut Rippers picture. We have 3 of the Jezzails. We have a Bloodthirster, 10 Bloodletters. We have a Demon Prince, an old Demon Prince. We have Archaon. We have 10 Chosen, and we have Demon Prince and a Chaos Lord on Karkadrak, as well as 3 of the what they called the Ogroid
Therodons.
Yeah.
Therodons.
Not the Ogroid Thermidors, which is what I was thinking.
Therodons sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have Karazai on page
know-
1.
Josh,
So,
honestly,
just
well
a
done.
few, just a
That's
few
a lot
models,
of
then,
models.
Dan Buster. Where do you get the time? These are fantastic.
Yeah, and they're all done to like such a high standard, and there's some like really big, like
Yeah.
lovely winged monsters in there.
Yeah, I
Really
mean,
big
yeah.
models.
like Flying Muttley's right in chat. Like Archaon. I mean, we've all seen how big that thing is. It's like a Josh head and a half.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
A Josh head.
Yeah.
Well, it is.
It's
Because
basically
it's,
an AOS Titan.
it's kind of actually. It's probably like, isn't it like the length of the bottom of your beard to the very top of your hair if you let your hair stand up a bit?
Yeah, that is correct. It is. And for those of you who have met me, you will, if you've met me before and you didn't think it, and you're going to meet me again, you will go, wow, he really does have a big head.
Yeah, you do.
It's a whole Archaon.
Yeah. And so if you go, wow, he's got a big head, that's how big Archaon is.
But to do that, and like, you know, Karazai is not a small model. Abraxia is not, you know, she's like pretty big. To do like all those big pieces, and Scarbrand, and the Bloodthirster, and the Sludge Beast, like everything,
Demon
and
Princes
still do all the
Yeah,
troops.
2 Demon
Incredible.
Princes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And another slide.
And another
There
slide.
is another slide.
Yeah, we're not even through it all yet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, there is a whole other slide. I'll show you the other slide because on here, this is where we have the bolt action stuff that Dan Buster was doing. We also have
Look at the camouflage.
Yeah, we also have Trug. The Trog. Oh, is it Trug?
Well, no,
Trug-
try and
Trug-
name the tanks as well.
The Trogoth King. I
Yeah.
think it is.
We have Gordrak. We have a Scar Veteran on Agrodon. We have the Lobster Thermidors again. We have the we have the Croxagore. We have the 5 Raptidon Hunters. We have Catacross. We have the bolt action tanks whose name I've completely forgotten.
There's a
Everybody.
tiger, and then
Yes.
there's a
Tiger, a Sherman, and a
yeah.
Yeah.
What's
something.
the small one called?
Yeah, that's like the old. That's like the
Um,
precursor one, isn't it?
Stuart?
The US. Yeah, maybe Stuart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan
Yeah.
must all correct us.
We have a
This is-
Moor Grunter, and we have a what's it called? Vargul's
Cabbage.
Courtier as well, and Gobsbrack, the Mouth of Mork.
And we've got the other guy, the Cabbage of Morg.
Yeah, that is Gordrak.
There you go. These are great.
Again, so many incredible, like big model, like big statement models as well that you've done to a fantastic, like really high standard.
And there's like different
many of
styles
them.
of painting with some of these models,
Yeah.
like the bolt action models to
Yeah,
I don't know, like the Croxicals, for example. So it's like a really wide range of skills. It's really impressive.
I feel like
Yeah.
Dan Buster and I have something in common in that we clearly like flipped between painting lots of different things
Yeah.
at like different
Which
times.
is interesting.
And then, I mean, his painting's better than mine, but still similar approach, which is lovely, right? It's just just love slapping paint on.
Keeps it fresh,
You-
right? You don't really have.
things.
I guess you don't get bored of doing the same thing over and over again.
No, you're just doing different stuff constantly, which is
Mm.
fun.
Yeah.
It probably helps with like having a wide range of skills as well, because you're kind of adapting and changing it all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
you get to like try out new stuff as well. So if you're painting one army, it can often be like, okay, you nail down the scheme, and then you paint that 100 times with a couple of different variations in the character models. But here you're always trying out new things, so you're always developing new skills and getting better and better.
Yeah.
yeah. No, I love it. Great work.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Absolutely fantastic. Very productive. Next up, we have Frothy Paints with, Tyranids and Space Marines.
Okay. Space Marines looking suitably outnumbered there.
Yeah, it's Leviathan.
And Lieutenant Titus.
We've spoken. Yeah. I mean, the yellow. I really love the pops of purple in there, though. That really helps offset everything else and just makes the scheme like pop even more. It looks super, super cool.
Yeah, they look like angry wasps. I like it.
Also, very nice wood.
It is, yeah.
I really like the composition of the photo. I think it looks lovely.
Yeah.
A lovely,
yeah.
lovely cabinet that they have there. Or
When you
or
said
bureau.
wood, I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then I realised.
There are other things apart from models in the photo.
Yeah. The site. We've waxed on about the color scheme in the past, but the site when you see it en masse, it just makes the Tyranids look even better.
Yeah, really good.
This
It has that terrifying feeling of all these things running at the same time. A bit like Helldivers, when they're all just starts running at you.
All right, you got your grenade launcher, you'll be fine.
the Tyranid Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Titus up there about to spread some democracy.
Yeah. Let's see what happens to Helldivers, but when Space Marine drops in a matter of weeks now.
Grenade launcher of family values.
Yeah, we're all going to be on there. We're all going to be on there.
Yeah. Space Marine forever.
I can promise that now. I can even you can even stream stuff, and I'll actually be able to play. It'll be great.
Yeah. It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be a great time. I'm fully on the hype train now, and if it's terrible, I'm gonna be really sad. But
It'll be good.
it's
It'll
how
be
I'm
good.
gonna get excited for 40k again. That's
Yeah.
it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Normally it's the other way around with 40k. You go, the video games are a bit mediocre sometimes, but the tabletop's really good. And right now, it's the other way round.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Lovely job, Frothy Paint. Very nice. Very wonderful. I do like it. Both on the Marines and the Tyranids.
Yeah, if you're going to be back for season 3, I would very much like to see even more of the Tyranids. This is what I mean about doing the epilogue, doing the family, because we did the family photos in episode 12 last time. But having a dedicated thing for it now is really, I love this as a part of the format, so it's definitely baked into season 3. No, thank you, Frothy Paints. It looks fantastic, absolutely. Next up, we have Mini Painting Dad with another smorgasbord. So here we have Ionis, Gazkul, Vashtor. We have the Hector Rex. We have the Lord. What's his? Huh?
Do you mean Canis Rex?
Canis Rex. Yep, that is what I meant. Piloted
What
by
did you
Sir
call him?
Hector.
Oh, okay.
By Sir Hector, yeah.
True.
We have the Ballistus Dreadnought. We have the buggy at the top left. We have the what's the thing called? What am I thinking? I blanked on this last time. Bottom left.
Which one?
The Morgonaut?
Stomper.
Stomper?
Stomper. Yep.
Stompernaut?
And we have the Lord Avocado.
Yeah, Lord Avocado, man. Looking angry.
Yeah.
Lord Avocado.
He can't afford
Whatever
houses,
it calls
so he's money on avocados.
Someone needs to paint him green.
That's why he's so angry. No, these are really lovely. I think Gaz looks fantastic. Like, and again, look at the base. Look at those tufts. We all love a good tuft. It's been a while since I've been on this, been able to comment on your tufts. Nice tufts.
I really like the red on Ionis, and then also his base is gorgeous, like that
his
greeny
base is
rock.
lovely with that sort of like green
Yeah.
stuff.
A aged rock.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, all of these just
Rolling
look
Stones.
really, really nice. It's such like a diverse amount of models, and like we said before, like they're all very different in style, but it feels like you've applied your own style to them, and it works on each and every one of them.
Yeah.
the A-Team van scheme, someone in chat has made the point, Flying Muttley, the A-Team van scheme on the buggy is wonderful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's,
Dun, dun, dun.
it's just wonderful. It's a beautiful collection of models. It really is, and like just so much talent from Mini Painting Dad. You were saying earlier in the chat that he needs to start an MESBG army. Well, good news because new edition coming.
Yeah, we're all excited. New edition coming, baby.
Yeah. Just as a quick,
we've just been wrapping up our campaign, which the forces of evil have prevailed this time round. But we may be starting up a new campaign once a new edition comes around, and we'll see how things shake out in that one.
tangentially, I believe we're going to see.
What's with you and your vocabulary today?
I told you I've upped my game for Epilogue.
Got a thesaurus behind the screen.
Yeah.
Yes, that helps.
I don't even know what that word means.
I'm trialing a new version of Grammarly where it can change my words as they come out to make them seem more better. See, it fails then there.
Intelligent.
Anyway,
The sound more eloquent.
yeah, that would have been better. See, it's not perfect AI, Grammarly, but occasionally it's good.
So tangentially, what are we saying?
What are you thinking for the teasers for the MESBG reveal? Because they're talking about the War of the Rohirrim, and they're talking about a new edition. So my conclusion is that we are on the cusp of seeing brand new Riders of Rohan and brand new Rohan Royal Knights.
Suggests it, doesn't it?
Could
Definitely suggests it.
potentially be.
Right.
Really funny if it's
rumours
just like
going round at the moment are that there's going to be a new launch box or new sort of starter set for the new edition that will be War and Rohan themed. People were saying, that could be like Rohan versus Dunlendings, but it's maybe like very early Rohan, so I'm not sure if it'll be like the same scheme, but it would be great to get just like new Rohan plastics with new Rise Rohan and Rohan Royal Guard would be incredible.
But it not make sense to be Rohan v Isengard. Does that not seem like the obvious one?
Yeah,
well, that's not.
Yeah,
That
War of the
Isengard
Rohirrim
wasn't a thing back in the time period for the War
Oh.
of Rohirrim.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's ancient sort of history
this
for
is
the Rohan
before.
and around.
Okay.
It's got Helm
Around, like,
Hammerhand
Helm
in it,
Hammerhand.
Rich. So
okay.
of Helm's Deep fame,
Yeah.
he's one of the characters that's in it. They've already shown. This is not of the game. This is of the film. People who haven't seen, there are stills available. I think there was an issue of Empire magazine where they covered some of it. But it's all online. You can see it.
Casting and stuff like that.
And there is a shot where you can see Helm Hammerhand, and he is definitely a character in it. It focuses, I think, on his daughter, who is called Hera or Hela or something like that. It looks really good. I think it'll be really cool. And I think for the rest of the game, they said they're going to rework every profile, which I think is fine because
rework every profile, and we were talking about it before. Hopefully, just like tuning up the rule setup of it. It's great as is.
But I would say MESBG is a bit like a shark in that it sort of evolved perfectly and hasn't really needed to change very much in about 15 years. So I hope, honestly, I hope they don't change the game too much because the rule set is really good.
Yeah. Well, every edition of the edition changes are not like 40k edition changes or iOS edition changes.
Yeah.
We don't even call them edition changes because they're so minor. You could pick up a rule book from 20 years ago when the game was first launched, and 95 to 99% of it is the same as the rule set today. Like they're very, very similar, just being fine-tuned and tweaked and a couple of extra things added.
I actually have a present for one of you two, whoever wants it. I have a spare copy of the Two Towers rulebook,
Oh, thank you.
the original one.
Oh, you didn't mean me. Okay, sorry.
Well, you haven't been banging on about it at me for the last 6 to 8 months. You can have it if you want it, Rez.
No, it's true.
We need to get you down or come to you and play some games.
Yeah, you can come round to my house and play some Lord of the Rings.
I've seen Dan has just said if I start getting Grammarly ads on here again, I'm going to be so mad. Lol. Do you know what my ads are all at the moment? This is like the sickest burn YouTube could give me ever. Right, all of my ads that I get are from other painting channels telling me how they're going to teach me how to paint.
Do you want to hear?
I think it's a case of like, it's like, we think you might be interested in this topic.
Yeah.
Well,
So I just keep
I get hair loss tablets.
Do you?
Non-stop, and it's really annoying. 'Cause I don't even know how they know.
It's when you start getting toupee adverts. That's the point at which you'll know they've got a camera installed.
It's like I shave my head.
yeah.
It doesn't fallen out. I've shaved it.
I would say I'm now imagining what you would look like with a toupee, and my mind is running wild.
It's not a toupee. It's a hair system. Anyway.
I'll tell you what. We should get a vote in chat, and we can see if we can get you in one episode of season 3 to turn up with a Charles II style wig or like a Louis
No, because they're gonna vote yes.
just for one episode.
And never comment on it throughout the whole thing. It'll just be there for one episode.
Play it completely straight, completely normal. You'll look like Gormain, like Grand Justice Gormain, but with actual wig hair rather than guts.
Yeah. Anyway, next up, we have one of 4 from Flying Muttley. So first up, we have the Cities of Sigmar.
Mr. Muttley.
Well, hello.
Cool.
Behold.
Look at them in all of their suitably. Do you know what I like about this as well? I love what Flying Muttley has done with this family fairy, with all the scheme of this. It looks suitably, and this is going to sound like a criticism, and it's not. They look suitably grounded and grimy because the Cities of Sigmar are your basic dudes, right? They're out there fighting through the realms, going on the Dawnbringer Crusades, in the mud, in the dirt, in the battle constantly. They're not like this. The Stormcast get involved, but at the end of the day, if they get stabbed in the head, they just explode in lightning and fly back up to Azir and get a shiny new body. These guys are like, no, we get stabbed in the shoulder, survive, and then carry on to the next battle. So they're covered in blood. It's great. It just looks amazing, and it comes together as a single army so well.
Yeah. Well, I think like part of that is the color scheme works so well together, but also like the basing. It looks like they're supposed to be on this like rocky outcrop of a battlefield, and it's funny. Like this army has such a sense of like place and mood to it.
Yeah.
It's
like it's turned up to a pitch battle.
How are all the colors? Yeah. Like you can totally imagine these guys, rocky outcrop behind them, protecting their back, and then they've set up their lines and just firing shot after shot, bracing for impact for whatever army is, venturing forth.
Yeah, no, it looks fantastic. You should be really proud of this. And Flammantly said in chat, grimy and seen some shit is exactly what he's going for. I think you've nailed it, honestly.
Is that a Cole Franz model?
Yes.
He's just Carl Lagerfeld in this army.
He's
I love
Free Guild Marshal.
Yeah, but it's
on
Empire
Griffin.
That's a Free Guild Marshal.
Yeah.
I see it, and I think
Free Guild Marshal
Hammerman.
Carl from Neighbours.
Yeah.
Elec Man, thank you very much for being a member for 3 months. That's very kind of you. Very much appreciate that, sir. Flying Man, he's got more. As I said, this is one of 4. The next one is
Wow.
this one here.
Hello, completely. Man. We've got neon.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
So much colour, I love it.
I mean, perfect for this style of army, and yet, again, luminescent with the pops of color that you have, which is perfect for this army. Like you've gone for you picked like a perfect like theme and like mood for each army in terms of the color choices.
These guys look like they've come straight out of the Rave Cave, and I am here for it.
Yeah,
the Rave Cave
for sure. But it's great. It's like crazy how much like work those tufts can do because they offset and like enhance your color scheme and your paint job so well.
Yeah, it's really, really lovely. Also, the Gloomspite Gits are a fantastic army because they have like that like mushroom cloud explosion that's a mushroom at the back, which is they're just fun, you know.
Yeah,
Oh, they're so fun.
it's great. I turned my fan on and it disturbed the cat.
The Loon Shrine looks really good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an easy piece of kit to paint. You don't get a sense for the scale of it until you see it
Yeah,
in the
it
context
looks
of the
quite
rest of
big.
the army.
It's massive, isn't it? Because like Trug's not small either, and he looks tiny
No.
compared to the Loon Shrine.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful.
I mean, there's some big models in here because then you see all like the goblins and they're tiny in comparison.
Yeah, and then all the Troggoths next to him. Fly Muttley says there's so many mushrooms on that shrine in a frustrated voice. I assume.
Yeah.
Are you ready for number 3?
Yeah, let's go. What's number 3? Oh,
Go for it.
Rich.
Yes.
Dragons.
Just yes.
Yeah.
Just
Now, when I said I'd like all
yes.
the dragons, you may have thought I said some of the dragons, but I mean, give me all of your dragons.
Splendid.
Very
Oh, it's
cool.
just
Just
so good.
splendid.
It's gorgeous,
I love
isn't it?
the green dragons as well, and having like all your different dragons and being in like different colors. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfection.
this is really cool. It just again, and it all ties like, and this is a good example of where you've used, because obviously Krondys and Karazai, and to some extent Ionis, right, can all stand out as individual models because
Yeah.
they have their own schemes and they are big characters in and of themselves. But the fact you've then got the green dragons at the back and then the sort of blue colours that run through the rest of the army, but it all still ties together like really
Yeah.
nicely. I think that's
they
testament.
all work together. This is about
Yeah.
2,000 points, right?
It's a little bit over 2,000.
Way more than that.
It's like, with that many big dragons.
Yeah, I know you have a dream, Rich, but I don't think that dream could quite fit in a 2,000 point box.
Can't it not?
Elecman says, question for you, Josh. I'm deliberating between Cities and Skaven for a Path to Glory campaign. My friends and I are trying to do. What is your recommendation?
Both.
I mean, both are great choices. All the models are new. So,
Yeah.
you're good to
Yeah,
go.
both have great ranges.
I
guess
would assume
if
the
like, is there an army you like the look of or place of? Maybe that could sway.
I was going to say I would assume that given the Skaven book is on the way, as we know from Saturday, I would assume that will have, if it follows the model of all the other battle tomes, that will have Path to Glory in there. So maybe they're going to get some new stuff. If that sways you one way or the other, I don't know.
Yeah, that is also a good shout. We'll just show off the last one from Flying Muttley here. We have some Sylvaneth, we have the Lady of Vines, we have 5 Tree Revenants, and we have a Tree Lord.
Tree Lord is such a cool model.
Very cool.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lady, I've got a like, I do like the Lady of Vines as a model. It is really cool with the way that sort of the 4. She always reminds me of like a sort of if Doc Ock was a hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of that aesthetic.
If Doc
Yeah.
Ock was a tree.
Yeah. But no, I think you've done it. And again, like
Again,
subtle greens, subtle
proper,
browns, like
effect
tying
ratio
everything
work as
together.
well here.
Yeah. It's just really nice, and the dead leaves. It just looks really good.
Very cool.
I'll tell you what,
This
Fly
is about
Muttley,
2,000 points of Sylvaneth, right?
you've got an eye. You've got an
Yeah,
eye.
you have this versus the dragons.
Yeah, you've got an eye for cohesive. I mean, obviously your paint jobs are excellent, but what I think you've got a particular eye for is cohesiveness across the army, which is actually very impressive, right?
Yeah, and very naturalistic color schemes as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can turn it up with like the Gloomspite Gits and doing those pops of color, but what like these look like they're straight out of like a photo of like an old forest or something. Like really naturalistic, really great sort of tones that you've gone for. Yeah, super nice work.
Honestly, Mutters, may I call you Mutters? You said that Sylvaneth may be a product you can continue next season. Please do, because I would love to see your takes on stuff like Belthanos, Alariel. Frankly, even the Wildwoods themselves. I'd just be interested to see what you can do with those. So, because of what you've done with the other big centerpiece models. If time and/or money and/or everything else allows, please do, because it'd be really cool. I've got a Sylvaneth army, and I think they're dead cool. So I'd love to see what
You
you
grow
do.
it into like a proper forest. It'd be really cool.
Yeah, this is like a copse at the moment.
Yeah.
A copse.
and it's gonna expand to a wood and a forest.
What's above that?
I don't
jungle.
know.
The jungle, Amazon.
A rainforest?
Well- That's just a type of forest, isn't it?
Yellowstone?
I think. Yeah.
A big forest.
Yeah, just a large forest.
An arboretum?
An
Endor?
arboretum. That'd be a very manicured forest.
Well. No, thank you very much, Flying Nutley. Incredible stuff. Next up, we have Dana with
Ooh.
a Nighthaunt army, a Soulblight Gravelord's army, and another slide.
It's very this is the emo slide. It's very death themed. I like it. Very dark.
It's
We
also
are
like
headed-
presentation.
Let's not forget. I'm going early here, but I'm going to say it anyway. It is now mid-August. We are heading rapidly towards the end of the summer, which is quite sad. But that means we are heading into spooky season, where the vampires and the ghosts
True.
are going to profit from the surroundings. So this is very on brand. I think this is good, Dana. I think it's wonderful. I think your paint jobs are excellent. A big fan of your Laukavai as well. That is Laukavai, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, Mother of Nightmares.
I believe so. Yeah.
Which one's that one?
The giant dragon vampire thing that stood on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Centaur,
cool.
dragon, vampire, whatever combination
Like
it
the model
is.
on the right of it. Big fan of it. It's
What
quite
Kado
easy.
Ezekiel?
Yes.
Great
I won't try
model
and
as well.
pronounce it,
I mean,
but yes.
all the vampire lords here just look incredible. Yeah, so many like ghost vampires. I really love the white direwolves as well. They look super striking.
You've got a
They
knack
look great
for
together.
painting white, I'd say, Dana. If you know what I'm
Definitely,
saying. I think
Sure,
you've got a knack
which is
for painting
hard
white.
to do.
Yeah, because like most people do the Nighthaunt with Mymorn Banshee. Sometimes you see them done in the white, but like most people do them in the kind of ethereal, greeny kind of colours, which are cool. Like that's the kind of scheme for them. But I really like the fact you've done Lady Alinda, for example, in that kind of, so it is like a white wedding veil, and on the Banshees and on the other ghosts as well. It looks really, really, really good.
I get Castlevania vibes so much, and it makes me happy because I really enjoyed that series.
Yeah.
Such a great series.
Yeah, don't get us started on Castlevania. So good. So good.
We'll be here all night.
It is one of the best shows that you can ever watch with your clothes on
In the world.
in the world.
Pod.
Watch this. No, just an absolutely epic amount of work going on here. But
Yeah.
the one I think everybody really wants to see
Yeah.
is the custom fairy army.
Well, hello.
I mean, these
Oh, yeah,
were
I
such
remember
like great
these.
models to see.
Didn't-
Because we've just never seen them before, really.
But didn't
so they're always
Dana
a
entered
joy and a
the-
delight.
Dana entered the I remember the owl Pegasus cat thing that's there. Sorry, I've probably given it a terrible name, but the one that's at the back of the top photo.
Yeah, that one.
I shall call him Jeff.
And then
I remember
the
that
with the,
being
like, green wings as well. I think was
Yeah.
last month or the month before.
That bottom left one with the green wings
which is
makes me
stunning
think
too.
of the fairies from Zelda. Remember
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time?
These are awesome.
Woo! You know
What
the
do-
noise
it's so
they make.
interesting, like, what do you run? Okay, obviously, I assume these are for a different game system that has its own rules. But like, what do you run them as? Do you run them as like Sylvaneth or an AOS army, or like do you proxy them? I'm just really interested.
Or maybe
'Cause
they're just
They're
Space
beautiful.
Marines.
You need to see
different,
tabletop.
like an own custom creation or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let us know what these are used for,
But it-
because
Do you know what?
there are loads of really great custom games out there. So it's be interesting to see sort of what you're playing or whether you're using them as proxies.
You say that right. There's a guy who I've seen on social media just while getting the answer from Dana. The testament to the creativity, particularly I think in the AOS scene that you get. There's a guy out there who like is a pretty well ranked AOS player, and he's written this like whole basically custom battle tome for an army he calls the Nomad Feastmasters, who are like gnomes. And he's got like a whole set of profiles and ranges, and he basically asks people like, "Can I bring this to the tournament? Here are the rules. Like this is how it works. Is this okay?" They review it, and people have let him do it because it isn't like busted.
Yeah.
He's not just gone, "My army is the best at everything." Like it actually is balanced, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this. It's just so creative.
Yeah. Dana, you should honestly. This is the kind of army that, like, if you to say to someone, by the way, I'm bringing my fairy army, and as you said, compared mostly to Sylvaneth for stats, like I'm running their Sylvaneth for rules purposes. This unit is this unit is that. I don't think anybody, unless they are wildly unreasonable, is going to go no, because it looks so awesome.
Yeah, I remember converting just up the most random models when I was a kid and doing exactly the same thing, being like, okay, this is like the closest thing to it, so I'll use it as this model, but it is just a random mess of bits and other stuff. And obviously your army looks much, much better than whatever I did back then. But the sort of ethos of that still applies. Of just be creative.
Electman said that Owen Jackson is the chap who wrote the Feastmasters, which is really cool.
I like it.
People want to look it up.
Chad then said, I was hoping you were going to be like, I play them in bolt action as Russian infantry. Which I almost insist on you doing.
I mean, at the end of the day, a rule set is a rule set. You can make up whatever you want. Like, you could use Lord of the Rings rules to play Space Marines if you want. Like, it's just a rule set.
Yeah. So turn up for these and be like, these are my Leaves of Votan.
It's fantastic. It's such a lovely, characterful army. It's the kind of thing that just... It's why painting fantasy miniatures is so much more interesting than sci-fi at times.
You wouldn't be so. I wouldn't be surprised if fairies would become a thing in some sort of GW property at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, there's kind of elements coming into Sylvaneth in a way, which is I guess why you've compared like some of these models to the Sylvaneth for stats. So they're like kind of close. Like,
well, you got Gossamer Archers at the front, right?
Exactly that. There are some like similarities you can see there, but you're right, Rich. They haven't done like a full like fairy army yet.
Might be a good idea. I'll sell it to him.
No, great stuff, Dana. Honestly, really cool. Will you be back for season 3 with more fairies? I want to see it.
And more models that we haven't seen before. Exactly. Which is always great. Always great to have.
Have a fairy dragon of some description.
It's out there. It's out there for sure.
Yeah.
Right, next up we have Tuca with we go from the fairies to nefarious individuals who want to set fire to the realms. We have an absolutely glorious set of
Tucas want to freeze everything basically because it's such like a cold, icy blue scheme.
Yeah.
But all the different shades of blue. And it's such a joy to see it all put together now.
We've spoken in very generous terms about Tuca's, well, not generous, entirely deserved terms about Tuca's blue schemes, as you say before, and seeing it all come together. I think we said multiple times in this, as we do every time, oh man, this will look really cool. Like, it looks really cool now. Can't wait to see it when it's all together. And just there you go, point proven. This just looks fantastic.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine being some like random Sigmarite? Sorry, Cities of Sigmar players like Flying Muttley, but can you imagine being some random Sigmarite? You're just trudging along one day along the border wall against the frozen wasteland, and this lot rock up. You're just gonna be like, oh, I'm done. I'm going home.
Going home, yeah. See you later. You win.
Yeah.
Especially Archaon.
Well, yeah. I mean, you want to avoid Archaon at all costs.
Yeah. Flying Muttley says there is a reason the cannon operator is drinking, which is true.
Yeah, good point. It's just a beautiful scheme to behold. I mean, we talked about the kind of Zinchian elements earlier with Chewie's second submission, and there's something about Zinchian stuff, isn't there? Just how excellent the blue looks, but especially when it's like a corrupted blue type thing. And he says, I still need to do a lot of basing. Also, all the knights are also half finished. Well, we didn't notice that. That's how effective it is.
Do you know what as well? Like, I've definitely, because I don't know, Tika, if you're in the same boat I am, but I was so keen to just play 4th edition AOS that like, and as a friend of ours, Alex, who I played my first sort of proper game with a couple of weeks ago now, testified to, I ended up playing with some finely painted models, but again, because of time constraints, just a lot of primed stuff that is not ready, because I'm just so keen to play it and like build it, prime it, be able to play it on the tabletop, and then work on the painting. So it's I get the drive to just get as much done as possible, and then actually be able to use it, and then put all your details on and actually paint it up as you go.
I'm turning very quiet again. Don't worry, I'm back close to the microphone. That should be fine. Should be much better. It's a beautiful scheme. It's a beautiful, beautiful scheme too, Kirsten. You should be very proud of it. I'm a big fan.
Nice work.
Yeah. Awesome.
When you bringing it over so we can play it?
Yeah. Am I going to have to host my own GT with everybody?
Yes.
That'd be a good idea, actually.
Yes, definitely. I'll help you run it. Like 100%.
Yes, I am fighting the cats currently. One of them is being incredibly annoying and is trying to eat my computer, which is nice. So they're never like this. Just completely different behavior.
Cats are dickheads.
They are. They are. But we love them so. Anyway, thank you very much, Tuka. Incredible stuff. Also, that's like two Archaons. That's two Archaons, right? Archaon wasn't high on the top 10 list, but for Archaon to appear at all, he's not easy. Anyway, next up we have 3 or 4 slides from James Matthias. So we'll start off with this one. Here we have some of the Warcry warbands that he painted for us. So we have the skink individuals. I can't remember what they're called. We have the Dark Oath. We have the Vulcan Flame Seekers. We have the Slaneshi ones, whose name has also completely escaped me. We of course have seen these before, but just look at them all together as a Hunters of Huan Chi. Thank you very much for flying by.
That's the one I was trying to remember.
Aren't they? They're not the Slanesh ones, aren't they? The vampires.
Yes, you are right. The Eskurgan Trueblades.
Eskurgan
What did you
Trueblades,
call them,
yeah.
Josh? The Hunters of what?
Hunters of Huan Chi.
I heard Shang-Chi.
Those are the
and I was
chameleons
like, I was
on
like,
the
what?
bottom left.
It's a very different movie.
Chameleons with blowpipes and other cool stuff.
Yeah,
that
they
the
are
Seraphon
cool.
can do.
Yeah, which are very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must admit, the Vulcan Flame Seekers, I think, are some of the best models in the entire Fire Slayers range. I must
sound
really, really cool name.
Because I find, I must admit, I hold my hands up, and people feel free to disagree with me, because I'm not a huge fan of the Fire. I think the Fire Slayers are really cool in their lore and their armies, the stuff they do, but their models, I think, because they're a little bit older and they're quite samey. Like when you put them all together, they're just half.
They're very early AOS.
Come across a bit comical.
Yeah, whereas these are a bit different and kind of give, because they've got a little bit more armor on them, I think, a little, like in certain places, so it just makes them look a bit distinguished.
I think it's just an army that needs a bit more fleshing out, because to make like some of the different units more distinctive, because they can look very samey because they're all taken from the old Slayers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if they came out with a couple more units for them, they would look incredible.
Yeah. I agree with Captain Mannerings though. I think the standard box art colour scheme perhaps doesn't help for some of Fire Slayers, but I tell you what does help Fire Slayers, James Matthias's colour schemes that he's done here, because they look wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what I love about his picture is he's got such a wide range of colour and styles of each different model.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, how like doing just like a little warband like this is a perfect way to experiment and pick a new scheme, replicate it over like a dozen or half a dozen models or so, and then you can completely move on and do something completely different for the next time. And it's a great way to keep it fresh but still have the consistency over a small
build up
collection.
a good force as well.
Yeah. I think James's metallics in this as well particularly stand, like aside from the general paint job and the colour scheme, the metallics stand out to me a lot, and maybe it's just the way they're lit. But like if you look at the axe blade that the Dark Oath guy is holding, like it just looks vicious. It looks sharp.
Yeah.
And you've got on the Flame Seekers, you've got those little pops of shine on the metallic whip, on the armor, and again on the Eskurgan Trueblades. You can see it on the edges of their armor. It looks sharp. It looks dangerous. Which is cool. It's exactly what it should look like.
Speaking of how versatile a
nice.
painter he is, here is his second offering, the First Legion. We have obviously the Terminators in the background. We have his homemade Judiciar, we have Azrael, we have Belial, we have the Terminator Chaplain, we have the Lion.
That Judiciar is amazing.
Yeah, that Judici is pretty baller, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you
I
make
really-
that? Is that a Black Templar model?
Yeah, there's
converted?
elements of Black Templars in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. You can
So
see
much
the
cooler
chains
than a
around
guy
the
just-
hand.
Walking with a lantern like that.
Behold,
Yeah.
my timer, my egg timer.
But yeah, I mean, I love the depth of color you got in this. Like the depth of the green there. It's not just the highlights, but it goes really deep, and it's still really rich, even in the shadows.
Yeah.
Very, very nice green there, and a slightly warmer, like bone color to go with it works really well.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like the robes on the Watchers in the Dark, on just to pick on one thing, on the base of old Father Christmas there, and the skeleton as well on the base. I think it just looks like it just really brings the whole model together. It looks really, really lovely.
Adam, I think we have on the bottom left a nominee for Gary Lineker's Crisp Award.
Oh, the Gary Lineker annual crispy challenge. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it's good. These are very crisp.
Yes.
I give them 10 out of 10 Monster Munch. They're very nice.
They're raptors, aren't they, right?
Well, so you're talking about this slide here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a different slide.
James
Yeah.
and Josh on
Slightly
this.
different.
James and Josh on this are like the Billy Mays of Warhammer painting. They're like, but wait, there's more.
Oh yeah, there's more
Oh,
after
sorry,
this.
chat. Sorry, chat. I didn't realise it was a different slide, so you had no idea what I was talking about. It's been a
We
long day.
can see things. No, these are really good. I really love the differentiation between, because obviously I have a very large Sisters battle army. I really like what you've done with the novitiates and the regular Sister battle squad. The differentiation, like the purple armor versus the black armor, and the like cream and red robes on the Sisters versus the just kind of white robes on the novitiates. And that their what is it called? The thing they carry around with them that's a standard has a name, and I can't remember it. Yeah, Reliquary, maybe something like that.
Magifier, is it?
No, the Imagifier is the one with the big marble statue. She's her own model.
Yeah.
I can't remember what. Anyway, that thing. The one in the novitiates, again, particularly, I think looks really, really lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, my favourites here are definitely the orcs, because, as you said before, James, like you've done them in that sort of like Saturday morning cartoon vibe, which is like very vibrant, very bright, like kind of delineated colours. It's got that like real retro 40k feel to me, which is just so fun.
Simulacrum. That's it. Captain Mannering's coming in with the
That's the
win.
one.
It is called a simulacrum.
They
Well
look like
done.
altars.
You get 10 meaningless internet points.
10 meaningless internet points. That's a lot of
Yeah.
meaningless internet points.
You can bank them, and you'll win nothing.
Yeah. I'll show you the fourth one.
Even more.
Oh.
And when thought we were done, he comes in with even more.
So,
I mean,
what we're saying is
Wonderful.
that there's a hive fleet out there that's consumed a few too many Dark Angels exclusively, and has just taken on the color scheme of the Dark Angels,
And
In
then
all the
like
best ways.
also drunk like vibrant Mountain Dew with that
Yeah.
epic like really like vibrant
These-
green there, which is so cool.
these Dark Angels were big into Monster energy drinks. That's why. No, these are really
Yeah,
cool, man. It just continues more. Purple Gaz. I don't know why, but Purple Gaz I feel like just sings Prince songs while he's out blowing stuff up. Don't know why.
Is that
But-
Captain Titus?
There
No,
is
Lieutenant Titus.
Lieutenant Titus, thank you.
Sorry.
He's been
Yeah.
demoted. And of course we have my favourite here, the Vandus Hammerhand.
Fanders.
yeah.
It's a shame he's gone nuts.
Well, spoilers, jeez.
I didn't know he went nuts. When did he go nuts?
Exactly,
Ah.
Rez doesn't know.
Was it in
We did
Skaventide?
Dawnbringers. We've passed it now. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It will seeming I can read, so fair enough.
Those kids would be real mad if they could read. No, I also just to point out is it the War Chanter? That one's called the Orc on the end.
Yeah.
I love the like incredibly vibrant. Further to what Rich said about the Monster Energy drink goo on the Tyranids. You like that green you've got in his Bone Club talisman things. is so incredibly vibrant. Like it looks like it's glowing, which is amazing.
Then you've got the chewing
But then
gum.
also
with
the pink smoke on like some of the other models as well. Like like your pinks and your greens are like really really dialed in.
Is he a weird knob
across
shaman?
a bunch of models here.
There's a war chanter.
Oh, no,
yeah,
but the one with the purple smoke. Is he a weird knob shaman?
I believe you are correct. Yes.
All right, there.
Does look a bit weird.
It does look a bit weird.
Coming out here insulting the Iron Jaws.
Yeah. No, I don't. What can you say? Other than endless platitudes, but it's just James is an absolutely superb painter, and
Really is.
just
Really are, mate.
just
Yeah, he's a great.
yeah.
Crack on. Let's see what you bring back in season 3 to put us
Yeah.
all to shame.
Yeah.
You spent double the amount you've done this time.
Season 3, here we go. Let's go, baby. Next up, we have Eron with the Custodes. We have the Shield Captain. We have the Achilles. We have the Alarus. We have the Wardens. We have the Guard. We have a Shield Captain. We have basically 4,000 points of Custodes right there.
Yeah. These look lovely. You don't often see green
black,
on
green, and
custodians.
No, I think we've green.
Every
the
time we see
green-
it, it works so well, especially
Yeah.
with the,
It's a
the
real
gold
like
there as
royal
well.
kind of vibe.
And again, blue and green should never be seen. I think not, because Eron has proven it wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really works.
Yeah, it does.
Super effective scheme,
These-
especially when you put everything together.
The black, green, and gold, and the fact it's Custodes, and the fact the chap at the front has got kind of like a little blonde beard, it just makes me think they all just drive Jaguars. You know, they sort of talk like that. Hello, we're the Custodians.
Yeah.
Very nice to meet you.
They've got golf.
No, I
clubs
drive
at
a
the back.
Jaguar, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, they use their spears as not just weapons, but also golf clubs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is actually the board of the late.
What they're really doing is they're playing polo on those.
No, we're not polo people. We're golf people. We're not quite that, you know. We're not up there. We're Jag drivers.
Someone in chat's gonna be like, "I drive a Jag."
Yeah,
James-
so that's a very specifically British bit of humour for anyone who's not.
Yeah.
James is
Very
in the
much
chat
so.
and says, "Thanks for all the kind words. I am really in tears.
Oh!
I've been painting for exactly 1 year, and the majority of that year was spent painting for this show, and I really just feel so loved and seen." James.
I honestly,
I'm sorry, but you have not been painting for a year. Your stuff is too good.
Yeah, sorry. A year? You're taking a mick.
Just far
I love
good.
it. I love it. Oh, wait, James is trying
There's
to be all
no way
nice.
you've been painting it.
James is trying to be all nice, and you just swing it and go, "You lie, j'accuse."
He's then gifted 20 of the finest Warhipster
Aw.
memberships, like an absolute
legend.
legend.
Which is so lovely.
James,
You're gonna make Josh cry.
yeah, we could get there definitely. This being part of being part of our journey and us being a part of your journey is exactly what this show was designed to do, and it's very humbling that you share it with us and that we get to enjoy your journey and enjoy your art as well, because you're absolutely a fabulous, fantastic painter.
Yeah.
And just have immensely enjoyed everything that you've submitted, and I can't wait for season 3, because look, last time the gap between season 1 and season 2 was like 6 to 8 months, something like that. This time the gap is beginning of November, so you've only got September and October to sit and plan, basically.
Yeah, we've got a quick turnaround.
Yeah, Josh doesn't give us time off anymore.
No,
Yeah.
no, I also
The
don't pay
beatings
them.
will continue until morale improves.
They say that crimes are down by 400%, but vicious sack beatings have risen by 800%.
Why
Yeah,
does Team
no.
Warhipster look scared of Josh?
I think James, you've done amazingly, mate, and you should be very proud of yourself. Really,
Yeah.
I really think you should.
Everyone's done.
I mean, yeah, everyone. I mean,
Yeah.
the comment is generally applicable because you've all done amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Aaron's here, so he can hear more about his Jag Custodes. No, I genuinely, sorry, I'm taking the mick just because I think I'm in that kind of a mood after a very busy day at work. But these are beautifully painted, and I think I love the eye spacing. We've said it before, and I really genuinely the fact you've got the green, the black, the blue, and the gold all working together. It's not necessarily easy, and actually you've done an amazing job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would echo that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gordon says, God, I hate James right now. Talent and skill is something I'll stamp out when I'm in charge.
Will it be through vicious sack beatings again?
Gordon's going to be
believe
the
a
one who's in
year.
charge of the vicious sack beatings.
Yep.
Yeah, I honestly, you guys, as you can tell by the standard and the fact that we're doing the epilogue with all of these wonderful kind of what they called family photos, it's just testament to the talent that is on display by this group, to all the submitters. You guys are paragons and pillars of not only this community, but also you keep like what makes Warhammer special alive. And that is why I run this. It's for all of you getting to be as much a part of this channel as I am, basically.
Really makes it feel like a community.
Yeah, and I just
sure.
treasure each and every single one of you. So yeah, thank you to everybody so far. We got to keep going because we've got a couple more to get through.
Gotta get through it.
Yeah, our next one is not Eron. That is Teeny Tiny Victories. I don't know why it's got the same thing. Laura, I'm very sorry. The formatting's off there.
No,
Laura, your models have formally been transferred to Eron. Please put them in.
You have to donate them.
please log a complaint. We'll deal with Josh appropriately.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to see that orc mega boss or boss in war boss in mega armor, to give me his proper title, in person actually. And
let's just do that so it doesn't look like I made a mistake anymore.
Right, Josh's hot fixes aside, yeah, I was lucky enough to see that in person. And Laura is an absolutely fantastic painter, and these are all again testament to that. The fact you've gone for such a diverse range of like funky little models as well is really cool.
What is the model that I'm going to ask the question about?
The snail.
No, the dwarf washing or the man washing himself.
Oh no, that's normal.
What model is that? That's
That's
brilliant.
Peter Botan's new character. Have you not seen him? He's called Bath Time Bill. He fires bubbles at people. They do 2d6 damage. He's really good. You should get him, mate.
Laura
deal
did
with it,
share
yeah.
what the name of the model was last time.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
forgotten.
Oh, okay. The snail is
But
also
yeah,
really
it's-
cool, but
it's
that
always
the guy washing himself is just hilarious.
Yeah. Laura, you have to remind us, where does
but
this...
also really, really well executed. Like
Yeah.
these are all amazing miniatures that we
The
love. to
tones
see,
on his
so a
muscles,
lot of
it's
them are
like
so
looking in a
new.
mirror.
Yeah.
There you go. It's called Miffer the Stinky.
But yeah, like even like the OSL, like on a bunch of these models, the really subtle one on the dwarf having a bath, to then like the glow from like the crystal on like the Cthulhu, such incredible like blending work that you've got on like, for example, like the really old school tactical marine, and such great detail work across the orcs and everything. It's there's such great skill on display here. And great variety of different ways of paint.
Yeah.
I love that. I've just taken that model's name down.
I really like, mainly because of my surname, I really like the little robin on a stick. It's very whimsical. Reminds me of a country scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted for a minute there because a cat came in, just did one very big meow and ran away.
I think you need to, next time they come in, put them on camera so we can inspect these creatures.
Yeah.
I will if they come
Is
back.
the little bath time Bill needs to be an episode now? Is the little remind me, Laura, because I remember you did say at the time, and apologies, I can't remember from when we actually did the episode where you included it. Is the little snail with the unicorn thing, is that one of those Age of Sigmar gargoylians are they called that follow? They came in one of the sets, or is that like a third-party model? Just let us know in the chat, because I'll be really interested. I would also say as well that this lot are testament to, again, a variety of painting skills, because as Rich says, you've got the OSL, but then look at the fur on the Beast Boss. Like how naturalistic that is.
Yeah.
And the tusks. So good!
Yeah. So much talent.
Yeah.
Edward says the one with wings is a new BA.
Well, that's a bit of an open wound, Ed.
Yeah,
Probably
the
don't poke that one.
It's a much better model than the Sanguinor. Thank you very
Josh and I
much.
have
Hell yeah.
thoughts.
Yeah, the faces in his.
Thank you very much, by the way, Alec Man, for the 2. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. How can I join? Well, you'll be able to join when we kick off the next season, which we will play the trailer for again after we've done this. Yeah, I mean, Laura's style and also choice of model, I think, is the main thing as well. Is we just spot it from a mile away. It's so unique and it looks so good every single time that she just has an absolute fantastic eye for picking a great model. Leaks of Jotan says, I had Papa John's buffet today. I had more cheese than a body can deal with. My toilet looks like I set off a breaching charge in a Nutella factory.
Well,
Love the graphic.
remember, people, knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe! Damn.
Thank you very much, Leaks of Jotan. I didn't know Papa John's did do a buffet.
The breaching charge.
His toilet was like bombardment.
Bombardment, indeed. Thank you very much, Laura. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Next up, we have Viking Minis 50, and to prove it, I'm just going to shift the thing a little bit. There you go. See, no mistakes were made. I think there's a couple. No, it's this one. We have a Lord Vigilant, and we have the Claw Lord on Norbeast.
These are cool, aren't they? I mean,
yeah, that glow that you've got from the weapon is just epic.
I really like how
Really
you also
cool.
you've got the glow on the warpstone glaive that he's got, but then you've also got the kind of ethereal ghostly effect on the axe that the Lord Vigilant's carrying.
The
That's
textures
awesome.
and feathers on the fur on the Lord Vigilance mount is
Yeah, the Griffstalker.
amazing. The Gristalker, yeah, it looks real.
And the way you've blended on both of them across both, the way you've blended the base, the like rock or the stone elements into the rest of it, with the dust, you can see it nice and clearly on the Lord Vigilant. It's so good. They like Laura in chat's right. Like they look menacing and they look muted. Yeah, Fly Muttley, like love the muted tones on the Stormcast. Yeah, it looks menacing. It looks
it really reflects the nature of them as well. It's like the vibrancy of the color has been leached out of them as their souls get further and further away from what they used to be. So to have these like muted, dark, pale color schemes goes so well with the lore.
It looks very the Warpstone again. It's another great example of the kind of the toxic nature of what the Skaven mess around with. The way you've got the glow on all the green and on the base, and on the little bits of Warpstone embedded in the mount, which I cannot remember the name of at the moment.
It's not the Skaven spread around like their own like version of poison.
Well, yeah, they mine Warpstone and they use it in all their technologies, and it's
more like a unstable power source rather than a poison.
It's a bit like one of the realm stones, like Varanite or Ember. What's it called?
Okay,
Ember Stone.
makes sense.
Actually,
But that's why they always just look mental when they're using like their guns and stuff, because it's really unstable.
That will
also
to get
the
anywhere near
Skaven
the
life is
Emberstone.
cheap.
Oh yeah. Life is definitely cheap for the Skaven.
Yeah, it's like, here's an experimental weapon that we're going to load with the most dangerous stuff that we can find, and then fire it at the enemy. If it blows up, that's fine. It'll only kill a couple of us. We've got billions more.
So are they quite comical in the books?
Yeah.
No,
at times they are, but then
it's
at the same
comical
time...
and menacing at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they I think they're leaning more towards like the menacing end now. I think they have been quite comical, and they still play into the like cowardly, they're rats, right? They're cowardly
Yeah.
and they will run away. But like from everything I've been reading
Yeah.
of the
They
of
feel
the
like more
rules,
sinister
core
than like
rules.
orcs do, for example.
Yeah, definitely. Whereas orc mechanics are just comedic, right? It's quite hard to get like 'cause orcs are really dangerous in 40k. Like, orcs are frightening. They're horrific creatures to deal with, but they're kind of we've kind of got over that and they're just quite funny now. The Skaven are that with the menace dialed up to 11 and the creepiness dialed up to 11 because they're creepy rat men, right? Would you want to
It
face
also feels like that they
I've
have
got that.
plans upon plans that they're like working towards. Like
Yeah.
orcs feel almost like, and not always true, but it feels like they're like chasing the next thing.
Yeah.
The
plan
very
is
like straightforward
to fight.
thinking, while it feels like Skaven are a bit more tricksy and have like
Yeah,
plans
the
and
orcs don't really come
machinations
across
and
like
stuff
they're
like that.
planning. They kind of just live
Yeah.
in the moment.
And in Orc
Yeah.
Society, you do get further by beating people up, but in Skaven Society, it's very much you're constantly trying to knife your superiors in the back to get anywhere, because that's how you survive.
Yeah, like there's a whole
Oh.
clan that's basically just ninja rats
So
that are
corporate
like
life,
assassins.
Yeah. And the clan molder stuff as well, like their creepy creatures that they produce, including the thing he's riding, are like. Ugh.
Okay.
Ian puts it perfectly. More overcharge. Boom. Okay, next volunteer victim.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Tales from the Mustache, aka Viking Minis 50. That's awesome. Next up, we have Ice Phoenix with one of two. Oh, I don't know why I did that. There we go. First up, we have the 40k offering. We have the Necrons, and we have the Space Marines as well. Salamanders.
That's one
This-
fine-looking Silent King there, Lou.
This is what we mean by things just look so much better as a family photo, because when you put that like Necron army together, it just works on a different level across everything, because you get those repeated colors, you get those repeated schemes, and those pops of OSL. The Silent King is that hero model. It looks epic. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the old Hammerfall bunker looks pretty good as well. I love it.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
looks very good.
We talked about that Hammerfall bunker a lot last time out. I've only ever seen it done in blue or in yellow.
Yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it looks fantastic in
Oscar,
green.
I won't make a joke.
Yeah,
It does.
We
It
were
looks
discussing
great.
like your metallics look fantastic on that as well, and you obviously have a great knack for metallics looking across both of these armies.
The red missiles really pop on that. The bunker.
Yeah, they really stand out.
Yeah.
It's
What's
absolute-
behind Trajan?
That would be a oh god, what's it
Little
called?
A little quad turret thing. Tarantula?
That's it. Tarantula weapon battery.
They're really cool.
Yeah. God, I haven't seen those for ages.
Yeah. They remind me of Dawn of War with the turrets you could build.
Yeah, that's basically what they are.
Yeah, great throwback.
There was a point in 8th edition where I think shortly after the Imperial Fists Codex came out, where one of the best armies you could build would be the rapier batteries with the quad heavy bolters, and the rest of it you filled with tarantula batteries with heavy bolters as well.
I was going to say they had their exploding.
Just like as many heavy bolters as you possibly can.
Exactly,
Just
exactly.
an army of heavy
That's
bolters.
cool. That's like what they should play into more.
Yeah, I agree.
When writing
Yeah.
the rules.
But Ice Phoenix has another one. We have a
Oh, wow.
truly spectacular amount of Star Wars.
That is such a cool
This is
collection.
incredible. So evocative to see it all with like.
What's the walker on
like,
the left?
pictures
I've
of
not seen it before.
PT, I do believe.
I knew Adam was going to know it.
Of course, Adam knows.
I probably got that wrong. I think it's called an ATPT. It's one of the ones from, I think,
Is
the
it newer or
Clone
older
Wars. It's
movies?
like late
Okay.
Clone Wars, early Empire, I think.
Sure.
And then Adam, name the rest of the models, please.
All right, you've got two ATSTs. You've got a Rancor. You've
Yeah.
got a Bantha in there with the Tusken Raiders. We've got what else? We got Stormtroopers. We've got a Stormtrooper Sergeant, or possibly a Sand Trooper with the red, orange pads. You've got 3 of the probe droids, the ones that wander around going like that.
You know, that was spot on.
You've got the the Royal Guard of Emperor Palatine. Only got Emperor Palpatine. We've got a couple of what are they called? Wampas, the big ice beast things at the back.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah.
We've got Han Solo now, Wuka Puka Dinky, Jabba the Hutt. And I think we've got Lando Calrissian. We've got I'm looking at this on a screen, and the picture is quite small for me, so I'm trying to work out who else we've got. Basically, there's a load of Star Wars models. It's really cool.
Very.
The Stormtroopers. Do I know the names of them? Yes. Hugh Pugh, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert Dibble, Grub, and C1457.
That was brilliant.
Those that are official names from now on forever.
Do you know what? You say that in some way. This is Disney Star Wars. There will be a series out next week. They'll be like, "Oh, you need to watch episode 4. It features Hugh Pugh, Barney McGrew, and C1437, the vital elements of the Warhipster canon of Star Wars."
Yes.
Yep. They'll be featured in the next movie. You need to watch these 4 different series to catch up on why they're important.
That was good, Adam.
You know what, Gordon? There is a Hugh because it's Star Wars, so there is a Hugh. Actually, no, he's right. It is Pugh, Barney McGrew.
I thought it was Hugh Pugh.
No, I think he repeats Pugh twice.
Oh. Well, there you go. No, so I mean, you very rarely see large collections of Star Wars miniatures, and people are saying this is the Imperial Assault stuff rather than Legion. But it's so rare to see this amount of Star Wars stuff together in the wild.
Yeah.
You normally ever see just like the small, like the Shatterpoint teams, or like a couple of characters and maybe one
with
or
such
two.
variety as well, because like it's not just here's an army of stormtroopers. It's like here's a whole collection of models.
Yeah, Captain Mannering is right. There's a dewback in there, which is that green lizard thing. Is that IG-88 as well? I spied down near the front, being all assassin-y and droidy as he wants to do.
Yeah, this is really cool. Like as you said, you don't see this big Star Wars collection together, but like
It's a real
this,
treat to see it.
it's real. Yeah, and it actually shows like how good the models are.
Yeah.
Because they probably don't get the credit they deserve.
Oh, 10 points to the person that can name, because I can't remember what it's called. The beast from Geonosis, the one from the arena that's down the front there. There's 2 of them in front of the Sand Trooper.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw that, and I wonder what they were.
I
can't remember what they're called. They do have a name. They're in the Geonosis arena. Fred. Yeah, they're called Fred.
They're called Huey and Louie.
Bill and Ben.
Next to. That's probably right. You could say anything, to be honest. I can't remember what they're called.
Not everything is Bill and Ben, Rez.
Also, we've already had Half-Time Bill. I don't think we can have Star Wars Bill.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, Fabian. These are. It's just beautiful. It's a real treat for the eyes. Next up, we have Ricky Drinks Paint with another real kind of super offering of. We have a Mumak, a War Mumak of Harad. We have Skaven Clan Rats. We have Arnie. We have Warriors of the Last Alliance.
Yeah, I mean, the Mumak is such a cool model, and it's very, very big. So well done on painting it, because that is a Herculean task.
I've watched these been coming together on Ricky's Instagram, and they just look awesome. I will say as well, I realised me laughing at you saying Arnie looked quite incongruous there, because there is actually Arnie. I didn't see him. I'm quite tired. I thought you were calling the Harad Mumak war leader Arnie, because he's got a kind of like get to the Mumak kind of pose going on.
No, I was genuinely referring to the Terminator.
No, I realise that now.
Yeah, he is there too.
Yeah,
the Mumak model is so cool.
Yeah, the work on the base as well of the Mumak with all the squished Rohirrim, sad though it is, looks really good.
Well, it's not that sad when you consider that a little fun fact is that all the squished Rohirrim there are basically the model designers. So the people who made the models for Lord of the Rings actually got to go to fly to New Zealand and be in this scene as like dead Rohirrim, and then they sculpted themselves onto the base.
Can you imagine you turn up in New Zealand and Peter Jackson just goes, "Yeah, you're going to be a corpse." Cool.
Well, no, they turned up and they're like,
that?
"Oh, it's a pity
What's
you won't
that
be like
voice?
next week, like
He's from
doing
New
some
Zealand.
like
He's got
big
that
up
kind of
filming
like,
event," and they're
"Yeah,
like, "We will fly back."
would you like some fish and chips, fish and chops?
You sound like what's his face? The Rock from Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah, I mean,
Played by Taika Waititi.
yeah. He's
he's
from New Zealand.
played by
to be
New
fair.
Zealander,
Yeah.
so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. I
One day we'll see a Mimical being painted on a channel.
yeah, we will, courtesy of Rez.
Rich and I got to play against him. Well, I was on his side, but we played with a Mumak this in our final campaign game for MASBG. Unfortunately for our friend Tarek, who was piloting it, it ran into Ingold of Gondor and basically did nothing for most of the game. It got to charge once.
I
Oh,
played.
wow,
I
okay.
played
Yeah,
against.
he got a
one-
bit unlucky with it, and it was all alone on one flank and got just mobbed by Gondorians.
Yeah, didn't go well.
I played against one when I was sort of 16, 17 when the model first came out, and I had very little understanding of how the game worked, but I thought, surely Aragorn beats a Mumak. Yeah, turns out he does.
Really?
Quite efficiently.
Legolas surely must be able to. We've
Yeah.
seen him do it.
But it only ever counts as one.
To a certain extent.
One thing to remember.
Yeah. No, it's fabulous, Ricky. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Cameron with more Stormcast Eternals. We have the Hammers of Sigmar in all of their glory right there. We have Krondys, we have some Vindictors, we have a Knight Judicator, we have the Stormstrike Chariot, we have a Lord Imperatant, we have the Knight, the Praetor Prime is the one on the far right. And we also have Xandire's Truthseekers as well.
Nice.
And some Vigilors too.
These are lovely, aren't they?
This look really cool.
I like the tiger striping on the Griffin tiger that's pulling the
Yep.
chariot.
Oh yeah.
Is it called a Griff Tiger? I was just making
It's
out.
called a Griff Charger.
Griff Charger. That makes it sound like you plug it into stuff.
Griff Tiger is a cool name for it though.
Yeah, GW. No, I really like these. Really good.
Just rename everything.
The
And obviously, big dragon standing over the top of all of them is.
You know
just
what?
such
Even though
an
it's like a
epic
big
centerpiece.
dragon standing over a load of men and Stormcast, it fits so well.
yeah. Krondys just has an air of nobility about him.
What's the
Yeah.
phrase everybody's saying about nowadays?
For
Aura.
sure.
Aura. He's got
Yeah.
he's got
He's got
big dragon energy.
Steady on.
He's having a brat summer. See, we're down with the kids.
Yeah, we're cool.
Jesus.
Is it Brat Summer or is it Rat Summer for
Rat
Skaven
summer.
Tide?
It is rat summer in AOS, unfortunately.
We're not cool anymore.
I mean, look, I'm always a fan of Stormcast. I
Oh,
really
you've never
love.
mentioned it.
I know. I barely ever go on about it. I love Hammers of Sigmar. I really do. They're just. It's like I know it's the boring box art one, but it's just so effective. The just
Good though.
yeah. It's such a brilliant scheme. It's so simple as well.
Yeah.
And it's just brought to life so well by Cameron. I particularly like the use of red flowers to just kind of offset the blue and gold as well. Across
And do
all
you know
It's
what I
really
will
nice,
say?
Pop color.
I've seen more. I think that you're right about the color scheme and the way Cameron's executed here is spot on. But I think as we've gone on in time with Stormcast models and as they've improved, and got to the less big triangle men sculpts, that has made them even better. And I think the apotheosis of that we are seeing currently is, much as I love 40k, I've seen a lot of people who I suspect 6 months ago or a year ago would have been going, Stormcast, Space Marines are way cooler than them, have all, over the course of a few releases over the last few months, started to go, yeah, those Stormcast are actually really cool.
Yeah.
Quite interesting.
And
so
100%, it's the new armor. They've just got the proportions right.
Yeah.
Where they're a bit chunky before, now they look incredible.
They look like Toblerones before. They're a lot of triangular.
I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but my chair is broken again. I've only just realised because I am now eye level with the microphone, rather than
Did a cat break your chair?
You look like you're doing an ASMR video.
quite possibly the cat might have broken my chair. Hang on 1 second, let me just sort this out.
So I have the same problem. I occasionally drop. I need to get.
Well, right now I don't have a chair. I'm lying on an airbed.
I sit on an upturned KFC bucket. It's easy.
There we go. Back to normal. That's much nicer.
Yeah.
Love
Now,
this
Cameron,
camera.
you've done a cracking job here, mate. Honestly.
For the hammers
really
of
good.
Sigma. For Sigma, we charge. I love it. Cat sabotage, exactly. Catatage. Next up, we have Alaric 79X first one with a truly spectacular storm host, Sylvaneth,
Sylvaneth.
Wargrove.
Glade. A Wargrove.
Yeah, that's
A
good.
Revenant Glade.
Yeah,
No, that's a walk in wood, isn't it?
It is.
it's not a walk in the park, that's for sure.
Hey.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen this scheme executed a few times by certain people. No, you've done an amazing job, Alaric. I think it looks really, really good here. It looks absolutely fantastic, especially when you've then applied it to Belthanos and Dryka Hammerdreth, and
what
the
a cool
trio
name.
deck. And Girthy Durthy at the back.
Yeah.
Please tell me that's what it's
So
called.
cool.
Yeah, it's Spirit of Durthy, but I like to call it Girthy Durthy. With his big sword.
Yeah, I really love how the basing scheme comes together here with like all the oranges and the yellows. It looks like they're standing in a field all together. It really it's obviously very nice when you compare it just to one model, but when you see it repeated,
Yeah.
it gives that sort of bigger sort of army cohesive effect.
It's
And then obviously
almost
the reds and blues are great too.
It's
Yeah.
almost like what we've been talking about the whole stream with family photos.
Yeah, but this is why we do this epilogue stream, to see everything
so cool.
together, because the color schemes work on a different level when
Yeah.
they're at this scale.
Yeah, I really like it. Alaric, you've done a fantastic job, and again, would love to see this on the tabletop. Perhaps not across from me because it scares me slightly, but I would play it. I think it looks. I think
It's
it's
2,000 points.
Sylvan cool. It's a bit more than 2,000 points there, Rich.
Yeah.
See, the
Everything
thing
is
is,
2,000 points.
in
No matter
AOS,
how many models
big-
there are.
Yeah, in AOS, the big stuff is expensive, but it also acts like it pretty
Yeah.
much should most of the time. Whereas in 40k, what you tend to find is that the big stuff is still quite expensive, but can be a bit, it kind of gets there.
Yeah, I remember I used my Storm Surge
Yeah,
once, and I
or
just
it
just
kind of
got
dies before it
obliterated.
gets there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got another one.
Oh yeah.
Here we have where they come out at night, mostly.
Oh wow!
I don't know why when you said that I got strong West Country vibes, where they mostly come out at night.
Have you seen the new trailer for
I,
the?
have.
the-
I saw the trailer for Alien
Yeah,
Romulus. When
And
I
you know
went
what?
to
Actually, looks quite good.
It looks scary.
Yeah.
That's
Actually,
pretty
like
decent, actually.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying. I like your. I'm getting big. Get away from her, you bitch vibes from the alien queen there.
Yeah, that head is
Great.
these really good really well painted.
Yeah, these are fantastic job on these.
Considering it's all just like one
Yeah,
color,
really great.
it looks so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's really like you brought out the details really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, it feels like there's extra depth to it. So whatever you've done, whether it's some like subtle highlights or whatnot, definitely get that sort of sense of scale and depth to it.
Do you know why I love Aliens so much?
No.
Is- I think it's one of because I saw it at a really far too young age, right?
Yeah, that's why.
And it at the time you kind of watch it and you go, is everybody just really stupid in the future? Because this was a terrible idea. And for me, and I know it's not the first time it was done in cinema, but it's like, for me, it's like the film that started off how idiocy actually creates plots. And
yeah,
for me, it's all...
and the older you get, you kind of realize
Yeah.
like when you're really terrified, you're gonna act like an idiot.
Yeah. And so it's just like I Aliens always has a very special place in my history of film.
Yeah. It got a
just-
bit crazy with some of the movies they made after it, where I think it kind of lost what it was trying to do. But Romulus in the trailer looks like it's going
it's-
back to being a horror movie.
Fundamentally, the original movie was a haunted house in space, right? And that's what
Yeah.
they're going back to.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then the
very much
second one
horror
is
movie.
all about the Marines.
When you say it like that, Adam, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like
No, that's
even if just
what,
like how many creatures they kill in the first versus the second is, you know,
Yeah.
there is one and it is just one is a massive threat versus let's gun down a couple on our way in.
Yeah. I think that's. I think.
Although,
Sorry.
I will say, you talk about having that as one of your like formative movies growing up. I first saw Aliens, the second movie, about a month ago.
Oh wow. Okay. Did you enjoy it?
Like I was like, this is like a gap that I haven't like filled yet. Like I need to like actually go and watch this movie.
I like the idea. You were sitting there, you watched Alien, and you were like, "Man, you know what? This was a great movie, but you know what? I could use some more Aliens." And then you discovered Aliens. And were like, "Well, damn, they've made the movie for me."
Did you enjoy Aliens?
I enjoyed both of them.
Yeah.
They're obviously very, you know, iconic movies.
Yeah.
I love the whole thing of like the reveal halfway through of like, yeah, we're actually here to capture it and take it back to study. It's like, but you knew.
Have you learned nothing? Have you
Um,
learned nothing?
Yeah, and you look at it now, and like I said, when I watched it, I think it was like 6 when I watched it, 6 or 7, you just watch it, and you're like, oh my god, the bird's so bad, and now you look back on it, and you just go, so the entire film is based on one corporation's utter idiocy, but
Island Yutani,
it's
building
funny
better
to look back at
worlds.
these movies where these are based. Sometimes they can be like the origins of that trope.
yeah,
Where it's like, yeah, the dumb corporation wants to study the monster, and then the monster gets loose and it wrecks everything. That's, I feel, like a common trope or a common like story that you find in like monster movies and these sorts of movies these days. Part of its genesis was definitely with the Aliens movie
yeah.
and Alien as well.
I also just like that this is like iconic moments of the film.
Yeah, and they've brought to life so well.
Yeah, so we have the loader vehicle, we have Bishop cut in half, we have Ripley carrying Newt to safety and all this kind of thing. It's just, yeah, fantastic work, Alaric. Again, another just real treat for us over here.
Yeah.
At the Tale of Many Warhipsters. But next up, we have Graham 462 with, well, there's 2 here, so I'll show you. We have some Elec man will know this for sure. Arkan the Black.
It's Arkan the Black, isn't it?
Yeah, and Xantos, I believe is
Arch
his name.
Cavalos Xantos.
Yeah. Here is the first thing. There is a family photo as well, but sent all 3. So yeah, behold.
Spooky toys for spooky boys and girls.
Yeah.
I
Look
love
amazing.
the spirits here.
Yeah.
Hell,
Where you've got
as
like the
well.
darker bit where it's coming out of the ground, kind of. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
brought to
TOV
life.
man goes into a pub. Love the spirits here. No, I really like this. These are really, really lovely and good work on the bone because there's a lot of it.
Mm.
You've made it all stand out and distinguishable, which is not an easy thing.
Yeah, true. And with the way the bases are as well.
Yeah. Well, they're also they're filled with all these Ossiarch and Soulblight type. I mean, these 2 are Ossiarch, right? But the Mortarchs of Death and the Ossiarch models are filled with like the in between the bones is filled with skulls, and I like the way you've done them. Graham's done them with the kind of spirit, like so they look like Geist spirits almost. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll show you
It ties in together with everything really, really well.
Absolutely. I love the purple as well, but I'll show you the full.
Oh, hello,
Here we go.
Oh, that's amazing.
So cool.
old.
Terrain.
Yeah, that's the Bone Tithe Nexus, I believe it's called, which is the Ossiarch terrain.
That is its name.
It's a big old square
We
where
also
you
have,
leave your bones.
we also have a Gothazar Harvester. We have some more Cabalos Death Riders. We have Catacross. And we have the that's the Underworlds team whose name I can't remember right now.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Bill and Ben.
Big Axe Man. Big Axe Man and his
I mean-
friends go on an adventure. That's what it's called.
Bill and Ben, the
With that,
Underworlds
like,
men.
with the basing that they got on there as well, it almost seems like they're like walking through a field of bones, which is even more grisly.
Yeah.
In all fairness, there is exactly
that
the right
bony
number
sandy
of them
colour.
to be Pew, Pew, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert Dibble, and Grub. So, just bear that in mind.
Canaan's Reapers. Thank you, Alec, man.
Much more serious
yeah.
name.
Yeah, I just really like this.
I love the
Yeah.
Catacross model because it's like a little diorama. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah, it was during, and I'm glad Games Workshop never went overboard with it, but it was at that kind of time of here's the Triumph of St. Catherine, here is Catacross, here is Glutos or Skillion. It's like, yeah, we're going to do these kind of diorama-esque models, and they could have gone absolutely crazy for it, just releasing one for every faction, which I'm glad they didn't, because it would be too much, but. It really makes it leap out, right? It's just different to the other Mortarks.
Yeah, he does. He definitely stands out.
Yeah.
And I like the way that Graham's done him, or Graham's done him in the slightly different, like the bone material he's made of is that slightly different color, just to make him stand out even further, and against the flesh cloak or flesh belt that he's wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Catacross always reminded me of it's the old Tomb Priest model where he's got the casket. It might be like Casket of Souls or something like that, but it's like the Lich Priest behind this big sarcophagus. And he's like hanging there releasing everything, and it's always had that kind of like similar aesthetic of like up on a plinth, got his like retinue with him, but like that sort of like standing over everyone. It's always reminded me of that a bit.
I like him because he's striking a slightly sort of camp annoyed pose, like he's got the kind of like he's going like that, which I quite enjoy. And also I love you've got all these guys around him. You've got the standard bearer, you've got the kind of the samurai one who looks a bit like a samurai warrior on the left side of him in this picture. There's the chap that you can't really see too clearly, but he's the guy who's like got the crow face, and he's the sort of master of, I guess, messages and spies. And then you've just got Dave the scroll holder down the front, who just holds the scroll.
Yeah.
And that's his job.
That's all he needs.
All he does.
It's perfect entourage. Thank you very much, Graham. Next up, we have Yamail Angmar with yet another First Legion, another Dark Angels expert.
Yeah, very popular this iteration of.
Yeah, we've had a lot of Dark Angels this time around. I mean, a fair amount of Blood Angels as well, but I feel like there's probably been more Dark Angels than Blood Angels this time around.
Yeah. You know what? I said it when they were included in Yamail Angmar's submissions, and I'll say it again. Love the Blade Guard.
Yeah.
The Blade Guard. I don't know why I said that like Donald Trump. Love the Blade Guard. The best Blade Guard. No, I really like them. And the again, seeing the models all together, lovely cohesive, lovely green. Again, kind of a jag green, kind of a racing green. Big fan of that. So yeah, no, amazing work from Yamail.
Absolutely. Dana says, "Got to go now, guys. Been awesome to see family photos tonight. Pulling the year together and rounding off a little early a year of the hobby for me. So glad I joined you all." Well, thank you very much for joining us, Dana. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Have a good
joining us.
evening.
Have a lovely rest of the evening.
Yes.
Been a pleasure.
Yeah. This is the third Dark Angels family photo we've seen so far. Yeah, Dark Angels, they are they're popular guys.
Real popular
As
guys.
Flying Muttley points out, there was a codex release during that point, but there's also been codexes for other stuff. But it feels like Dark Angels just like hit that right note that everyone
You got the
really
lion,
got
though.
onto the Dark Angels train.
That's true. And
They
they
got
got the
Azrael, they
lion
got
that's
Lion.
so good leading
Lion,
this
yeah.
force, right?
Yeah, they got the
We
new.
haven't seen as many like World Eaters, for example, and we've had like Angron. So
Yeah.
we've had plenty of Angrons, but we haven't seen as many like World Eaters, like regular Space Marines or Berserkers.
Yeah.
Dark Angels are just cool.
Dark Angels
They
are
are?
very cool. We love Dark Angels. Yamel Angmar has another one because we also have High Fleet Skeletor.
Yeah.
and Yamel Angmar's first model in his project Spearhead, the Vampire Lord.
Hey.
It's a Vampire Lord.
Very, very nice.
Yamel Angmar, thank
I mean-
you very much for the 5 gifted Warhipster memberships. That is very, very kind of you.
I've got to give a shout out for the I'll eat you, He-Man Tyranid army. That's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was like planned to be Skeletor like themed, but it's a great color scheme and a great way to pick a color scheme if that was your intention.
I just now have this image. Can you imagine the horrific sound they all make as billions of Termagants charge across the map, all going yeah?
That'll be some DLC for Space Marine 2.
Just have to turn your sound.
Yeah, plug
I love it. It's so much character to the army.
Ymail, was that because we said they looked like Skeletor? Is that why, and you decided to run with it? Because if so, that's
He says we baptized him here, so I had to go with it.
yeah. I guess we did.
Yeah. God, aren't
also-
we just a bunch of dicks?
I also just love what Colonel said there so we might see your boys, the Blood Nigels, in Season 3. Now I'm picturing every Blood Angel I've ever owned as sounding like Nigel Thornberry.
Hello,
Elijah.
Elijah. Spiffing.
The Shadow of the Warp is now explained. It is the Shadow of Skeletor. Good old
It
Mephisto.
reminds me of Mephisto's voice.
Mephiston's voice is the voice of Skeletor. It's the same voice.
yeah,
That's why in the audiobooks.
Yeah, and he always has to fully introduce himself every single time he says his own name.
Much like Nagash, another skeletal individual.
Much like Nagash, yeah. Nagash always has to yell his catchphrases. Can't not. Yeah, I mean, we're big fans of High Fleet Skeletor.
Yeah.
Someone needs to make a He-Man army to counter it.
A He-Man Space Marine army.
Sure.
Yeah. Just biceps everywhere.
By the power of Gilliman!
I feel like that's also you could do like a Thunder Warriors like type army going back into like the lore, and that's probably like a He-Man army.
Yeah.
The devastation of Grayskull.
But didn't someone wait? Hang on. I'm sure somebody here submitted Stormcast that were He-Man themed, didn't they?
Maybe, I can't remember.
I don't know.
I swear, because I
Like
seem
some
to remember
actual
I seem to
He-Man
remember a beast that was painted as.
No, someone submitted actual He-Man models at some point.
Oh, maybe it was that.
Yeah,
maybe I'm
yeah.
just thinking of
Yeah.
actual He-Man.
Because I
models.
remember
That's
those
definitely come up
biceps.
at some point.
Every time I
Remember
see it,
those
I would-
biceps.
I remember those
I remember,
biceps.
I remember those muscles.
Look at the muscularity. No, it's awesome. And do you know what? Project Spearhead doing Soul Black Gravelords. Nice choice. They are cool. And you've done a fantastic job on the Vampire Lord,
Yeah. Excellent stuff, Yamal Agmar. Thank
who's
you.
doing
very
doing very much what we do in the shadows. What the fuck are you looking at? Type impression.
We're doing a piece de camera.
I was going to tell you to lay off the burritos. You're having too much of the chilaquiles.
Alice and I rewatched the Jackie Daytona episode yesterday. Not yesterday, day before. I've got my
This is how we
toothpick.
speak
I
in
have my
Tucson,
blue
Arizona.
jeans. Blue jeans and a toothpick. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
No, excellent stuff, Yamal Angmar. Thank you very much. Next up, we have another incredibly productive painter. We have Forge Father Vulcan Histan, who just absolutely an absolute staggering amount of miniatures painted.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
There's a lot.
Just smashed it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great to see that Deathwatch army come together. So much character and like trying to pick out all the different like legions that you've got on there, because you always had so many of them. But they've always been a joy to see. And then the Camouflage Tau as well, Knight, Legion of Imperials. Yeah, everything is just epic work.
Yeah, it is really cool. Big fan of these.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's the proto Death Guard as well, isn't it? For the Legion Imperialis, as I recall, the Great Grave Wardens.
The Dawn Raiders, I
Dawn
believe.
Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, who am I thinking
It
of?
just makes it sound like they go around doing TV licensing enforcement.
The Jackie Daytona is my favourite episode as well. I can rewatch and laugh my ass off. Yeah, it is an absolute classic, that one.
I like it when I like it mainly because of obviously Matt Berry is excellent, but also Mark Hamill is
Yeah.
Jim the Vampire. I never told you my name. Yes, you did. It's on your business card. Jim the Vampire.
My one that Alice told me was that apparently Matt Berry was never supposed to yell "bat." He accidentally yelled the stage instruction the first time. You just it was
Amazing.
My favourite fact about him is the and it's like a very popular like TikTok and Reel thing. It's a thing they did when they were the cast, and he was saying, you know, like Strictly Come Dancing. You know the theme song for that, and it goes like hey.
Yeah.
He apparently, because he has albums, he's a singer and he plays instruments. Apparently that's him playing the guitar on that, and the hey is him.
Yeah, I've seen that one as well. Yeah.
There you go.
Just your regular human bartender. Yes. Let's stop talking about what we do in the shadows. Because I mean, look, it's a truly staggering amount of models. Again, like just
really productive.
yeah, and you know, there's an Atlantean spear right there. You see it right there, Rich,
Oh
Name
yeah,
is Richard.
love it.
right in the middle.
It's the strongest Space Marine.
It is. But I also really love like the color of this sword down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
the
looks
heat,
hot.
the heat in the blade is lovely.
It's one of those ones where you're like, you shouldn't touch it, but you want to.
All right, Pippin.
Fool of a Reza.
Yeah.
No, great stuff. Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much for Father Histan. Next up, we have our resident Necron specialist. We have Old Man Noz with the family photo that I've long been saying that I've been really looking forward to seeing, and it did not disappoint at all to see it. It is a proper good legion of ancient dusty warriors.
Legion is absolutely the right word. There's just something about seeing a legion of Necrons that is epic in a way that other armies aren't, because they were like the unending legions, like pouring forth, these, rows upon rows upon rows of these soulless, like face, robots coming out of like the ground, basically, or monoliths or whatever else, and it's like one of the iconic shots of like the Necrons. So to see them ranked up and just pouring forth, you've done an epic job here, Old Man Oz. These look fantastic.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's absolutely brilliant.
Definitely getting more of the world vibes from this picture.
Yeah, yeah.
With some of the Doomstalk and
Yeah, the tall one.
Reanimator at the back.
The tall lads.
The tall lads. Tall lad at the back.
The chances of anything coming from Mars are actually quite low in the 41st millennium, because it's almost guaranteed that it will happen.
I love it. They just look so well together, and they just look. I don't know if it's like a really weird compliment. Organised.
Yeah.
Oh, the Necrons are nothing if not organised.
They are. These are stunning, says Laura. They are. It's a beautiful, beautiful project. And it's one again, like all the projects that we've seen throughout A Tale of Many Warhipsters. It's just a beautiful one to see finally come together towards the end. Old Man Noz, if you're going to join us again for season 3, will you continue to build the undying Necron Legion, or will you branch out into something else? I don't know, but I mean, like as an army project, this is one to absolutely just be super proud of because it's so consistently perfect across every model. You can just see the love that's in every model, and the consistency
it's really well done
as well. It's just brilliant. It's just 100% well executed and looks fantastic.
Yeah, and I love that you've gone for the classic like desert scheme as well, because it's just so evocative of classic Necrons. Like these are classic Necrons that you've gone for, and it's done brilliantly.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, we have the mini creative. Prepare yourselves, everybody.
Oh
wow!
It's Lamar.
Behave yourself.
These need to be in Warhammer World.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean this should just be in Warhammer World, really, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is how you paint the Leviathan box. Like, this is just like shift from here, display board and everything, and just put in Warhammer World, because this is how you paint it.
That's class. It's just too much talent.
It's just incredibly well done.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like at this scale, you don't even like see the details that we've seen up close in his other photos, and everything is utterly stunning. But it is just wonderful at scale. There's just so much to love here.
Yeah, I know. I just think. I mean, we've talked about it as it's been submitted, but I just think these are done. Like this is you. Like honestly, you could be a heavy metal painter for the box art, because it's just done so well.
Mm.
It's
I
fantastic.
mean, there are color schemes that you've done that are beyond heavy metal.
Old Man Noz says they think they'll be starting something new, which is awesome.
Oh, can't wait to see what you do.
Great.
And Dan says,
Yeah.
okay, new rule for season 3, no heavy metal painters in chat. Well, that means Reza can't take part.
That's mean. At least I have an excuse now.
I'm just
Honestly, it's
I'm just blowing you up, Rich.
it's
You wait
Yeah.
when I submit something next time.
I was gonna say it's always super inspirational to see like paint jobs of this quality. So please do keep on submitting and keep up the good work, because it is always a joy to see your models.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
brilliant. It's just an absolute triumph of a Leviathan box. Yeah,
A Leviathan of a Triumph, and a Triumph of Leviathan.
exactly.
One of them.
All of those things are correct. Thank you very much, the mini creator. We also did the Sector Imperialis tile just in time for today as well. So
Nice.
I really want those. I really want those tiles, and I want the Realm of Battle tiles as well. If anybody out there in the chat knows somebody who has it from, because they don't sell it anymore. But if anybody knows anybody in the chat somebody who has these tiles, I do want them. Not your one. I'm not going to take yours, creative. But yeah, if I can, if anyone knows anybody who's got like a full Realm of Battle, particularly the Age of Sigmar one, that's the one I really want. Do let me know, because I want it. Anyway, next up we have Cloud2466. Again, super productive, because we have an entire Imperial Knights army.
Yeah.
We have Eddie
Yeah, wow.
from the Eddie the Eagle. No, it's not Eddie the Eagle. Is it Eddie the Eagle? It's from Iron Maiden. Bottom right. We have the Fallout game, and we have a Translocation Shroud. We have the Ethereal. We have the Ghost Kill. We have the Canoptech Doomstalker. Just an absolute mind-boggling amount of miniatures.
Yeah, very, very productive. It's
Actually,
super cool to see that Imperial Knights army all there laid out with the, with the orange going across all the models.
Yeah.
I love
nice
seeing
to
the
see.
Fallout miniatures, because you just don't see them at all, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool to see them, and I mean Eddie's cool. Love to know where he came from.
The Eagle.
No, not Eddie. One of them's the mascot for a major band. The other one was a vaguely mediocre 80s ski jumper.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He was just a gnome from the movie with
Taron Egerton.
Yeah, and was it
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Huge Ackman, yeah.
Hugh Mr. Muscles?
Huge Actman.
Swolverine.
Just Ab.
Now I need to
I
find
need to
it.
find an Eddie the Eagle.
Edward the Head is his full name. Ah, well there you go. That's, to address
There
him
you are.
properly, Edward the Head.
I believe he's called. Isn't he called that? And Ricky, I feel like will know this. I think isn't he called that because he was like originally he was basically just a big mask head thing that they had in the back of their stage shows, and then they eventually illustrated the character, and then he ended up on all their. I think he's been on every single Iron Maiden album
I'm pretty
because
sure.
there's the mascot.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
No, it's lovely stuff. I mean, like I said, we've had a number of nights over the 2 seasons, but the orange scheme is just absolutely fantastic. It's incredibly daring, incredibly well.
It looks
executed.
dangerous.
Yeah, it looks dangerous, and it's so heraldic in a 40k way. You wouldn't kind of associate orange with a kind of typical heraldic color, right? You normally look at things like blue and red.
Yeah,
and
I get you, yeah.
Well, you don't see orange that much on
You don't see orange that
miniatures.
much.
Yeah, you don't.
I
see
don't
that
think it's
much.
quite an easy colour to paint, to be honest.
No, it's not.
Hard.
Yeah, it falls into that sort of like orange and yellow kind of category.
Yeah, it's like if you want to make yellow harder.
Yeah, yeah, basically. But Tale of Many Warhipsters is where orange armies come, because obviously season 1 we had Chewie's Knights of Maha. And now we
Yeah,
have these
yes, you
knights,
did.
actual knights, Chewie.
Who's going to do orange next edition?
Yeah, who's going to do the orange army next?
Who's going to
That's what I
carry
wanna
on the
see.
tradition?
We need one per season.
Yeah, we have to see it. No, it's awesome. Thank you very much, Cloud. Incredible stuff. And next up, we have GameX, who's got 4. So we have another set of... these are Star Wars Legion. So we have the 80...
ST.
ST. I knew I was going to get it wrong.
Isn't
I just-
the
The
AT-AT
AT-AT
the
is
big
the
one?
big lad with the 4
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah.
But what's the one in Rogue One? Because that one's different as well.
That is I think it's called an ATCT or something like that. It's the transport version.
Yes.
ATQT?
I learned that the other day because it's like got a red belly. That's the only thing that makes it different by the looks of things. Anyway,
It's articulate.
what does ATST stand for, Adam?
All-terrain armored transport, I think.
And what does ATST stand for?
I don't know. All-terrain,
Terrain
simple
some
transport. I actually don't
Probably
know.
like scout transport. Or
Scout,
something,
yeah,
I don't know.
scout transport. Yeah, probably. That's
All
right.
terrain, some terrain?
Yeah, it's more like some terrain because they can't overcome a jungle environment with some teddy bears.
It's they can't overcome teddy bears. Sorry, the one in Rogue One I have checked. It's an ATACT, so it's an AT-ACT as opposed to an AT-AT or an ATST.
Was that because it's an armoured carrier transport?
I think so. Armored cargo
Probably.
transport.
Cargo,
that's probably a good
cargo.
shout.
Almost there.
And it's actually bigger than the AT-AT. But anyway,
Oh, is it? Aye.
Defeated by logs and stones, says Dan. Exactly. Sticks and stones may break my bones, or defeat an empire.
the old the one they had in the Clone Wars had a better name. That was the ATTE, which is the All-Terrain Tactical Enforcer, which just sounds fucking cool.
It does sound better, to be fair. But we do also have some stormtroopers. We have Lord Vader, and we have the speed bikes. They're the
Yeah,
recon
speed
guys on speeders, right?
Scout troopers.
So these are called all-terrain BTs?
I think they're just called speeder. I think they're just called speeder bikes. They probably have a technical
Yeah,
name,
yeah.
but and that's Sir Lord Vader, Sir Baron von Vader Hans, Sir Lord Vader, Sir Darth, to
Yeah,
Darth Baron Vader,
AT Vader.
the AT Vader, the all-terrain Vader.
Just get like replaces, take out his robot legs, and just give him some wheels, and then just
When we
wheel him
last
towards the enemy.
When we last met, I could not go over rocky ground, but now I have tracks.
I'll tell you who couldn't be an all-terrain vehicle would be a Dalek.
Yeah, well, Daleks can't go upstairs, mate.
They can fly now.
You also
actually.
want to be very careful with
Yeah, they
like
can fly
wheels
now,
and going over terrain,
As
because there is a funny, tragic story about like the guy who invented the Segway died testing an all-terrain Segway because he ran off a cliff.
yeah, hilarious.
No way.
Anyway, next up,
It's the old-
Sorry, these look amazing.
we have a collection of 40k models. We have Belial. We have a Apothecary in Terminator armor. We have Umbral 6, Operative Umbral 6. We have some Kabalites, some Witches. We have a Drazar conversion as well there. Yeah, just...
This is like one of the few times, I say few times, but in this picture you really do get the size of how big a Terminator is.
He is a large chonk, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his tactical dreadnought armor.
Yeah, no, I really love this, and it's such a
We
wide
also-
range of models.
Definitely
It's really
pounds
good.
over the rest.
You also get the need for upscaling, because the Apothecary in Terminator armor, well painted though, it is GameX, done a great job. He does look a little bit diddy, and he looks about the same height as the Drakari, which he should not be, as Belial is demonstrating.
Yeah.
The Terminators have come a long way from their 25mm base days.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Well,
Cool.
unless they
Yeah.
Imperialis, in which case they've got smaller.
Yeah.
True. That's true.
There's
Yeah,
more
the
from
Drakari
GameX.
look great here.
Well,
This is
speaking of which,
Adam
segue.
could see the future.
We have some Legions Imperialis, no less.
There you go, Rich. My powers of foresight.
Yeah, segue.
I make Eldrad Uthran look like an idiot.
And there's something about the Salamander's color scheme at this scale that just works so well.
Yeah, it does.
As we
Yeah.
saw in your models, Josh, and then here too.
It's funny because I remember, Josh, back when Legions came out, you and I were chatting about what schemes to do on Legions Imperialis Space Marines. I remember we were saying like with the box art, they seem to have gone with Death Guard, and I can't remember what some of the other ones were, but they were all very like quite flat with quite muted colours. We were like, no man, Salamander's green, Emperor's Children purple, like maybe even White Scars, right? Like it with the red and white, like it just stands out so well, and it looks so good here. Game has done a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are really cool.
Especially compared to the more future combat soldier grey of the
Solar Auxilia.
troopers. Yeah, Solar Auxilia. I was going to call them like the Tercios, but that's something else, isn't it?
No, that's correct. It's a las rifle Tercio.
I knew there was a reason that was floating around in the back of my brain.
Nerds.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of salamanders at scale. We do have more of them actually, as our final picture. Salamanders at this scale is just, I think it's one of the best choices because, as you say, it's the green and black. The other one was obviously the one you chose, Emperor's Children. It works really, really well at that scale because it's got the two distinct colours. Just make them look a little bit more interesting than, say, Imperial Fists or Blood Angels or Iron Hands, which is the one they put on the other kind of main faction they mainlined. Same for like the Raven Guard because it's all black.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, it doesn't quite stand out as well.
There's another picture from GameX, and this is the AOS equivalent right here.
Just so productive. Very impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crawl Boys, lots of Crawl Boys, lots of Iron Jaws, and a cheeky Volturnos, or Achillean King, who's hiding up the back there.
And some Daughters of Cain.
Oh yeah, and the Daughters of Cain. Yeah, sorry, didn't see those.
Yeah, just squeeze
Oh.
inside there.
With the Fist of Power
Where
in
you
the
see...
back.
Oh yes.
That's a He-Man spin-off.
The He-Man, the Fist of Power. Yeah, what's that thing called? Is it called the Heart of Cain or something? I don't know what the manifestations are called for the Daughters of Cain.
Yeah, I think it's called the Heart of Cain. Something like that, or the Bleeding something or other.
The bleeding blood
yeah,
hand fist death thing.
What are the crossbow people called again?
Something
At
like
the
that.
front?
Man-skewer Bolt Boys.
That's correct.
Literally just
Yep.
such a good name.
The bigger one is called the
And
Beast.
then you've got-
Is the Beast Skewer Killbow.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, I wonder what they do.
Yeah, I wonder what they do. I can't quite place my finger on it. I'm not sure what they
Like
do.
these ones kill men. These ones kill beasts.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Orcs. The orcs are very much the does what it says on the tin Ron seal.
Yeah.
Of the Warhammer the Warhammer AOS universe.
It's helpful. It's helpful for descriptions.
It is.
Um,
Although you didn't particularly love when I called it a big pig rig. But still,
It's not what it's called. It's called a Morgrunter.
called a big pig rig.
It's not.
Yeah, I like Adam's name better.
It's
Do you know what?
actually
I
called
would say
a
I
Morgrunter.
do.
As punishment for that, my
I do
chair is
really
like
love the blue
I'll sit
armor
there.
across this army.
Down I go.
Down I go. Thank you very much, GameX. Truly, that was just lots of variation. We're seeing lots of variation
Yeah,
from
so
lots of
much.
people, which is just fantastic. But our last picture of the evening is from Zarum. Zarum. I can't remember how he's supposed to pronounce it. But once again, we have the Salamanders at Legions Imperialis scale. We have a ton of infantry. We have a couple of Sicarans, Kratos, Spartan. No, that's a Land Raider. Predators. We have the Rhinos, Terminators, Assault Marines, HQs, and this, that, and the other. This is. I am so here for it with Legions Imperialis. I absolutely love it. I think it's fantastic.
This is a army.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's an army on the table. Done.
The skills on LinkedIn. Observant.
Yeah, I mean, Salamanders again, just an epic choice of color scheme, and
I want you
it's
to
nice to
endorse
see
that,
those
Adam.
more muted colors as hit well here.
Yeah, and you know what? The use of the deserty basing as well.
Yeah.
Really makes them stand out, and I love the way you've done, like, again, in the contrast from the one we saw before, which was awesome. This is just that different shade of green.
It's more like a realistic green, if you know what I mean, in a way.
Well, it's
kind
more of
like...
I'd say more of a military green.
Yeah, that's what.
Like the other one's more like
that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, this is more like a kind of military green, like woodland camo type color. But it looks fantastic, and the vehicles look stunning as well.
Yeah.
The vehicles are especially lush in this color scheme, and the way you've done them here. I think we saw a couple of them up close, and we were like, "Hey, wait, are they epic? Are they not?" Like, it was hard to tell.
Yeah,
you've done them so well.
Yeah, these were the ones with all the little highlights on all the windows and the lights and stuff as well. I remember. No, cracking job.
Crazy work.
It's just,
well done.
Yeah.
You lunatic.
And what's that? That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115.
We've broken Josh.
125, 130.
He's just counting. This is a counting channel now.
135, 140, 145.
21.
Shut up. 150, 155, 160,
18,
165,
5.
69.
170, 175,
180,
185, 195, 205. So 205 infantry, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 vehicles.
What are you? Are you big bird now? We should get 11 tanks. 11 tanks.
It's 216 models.
Thanks, tanks.
That's impressive.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Excellent. Absolutely incredible. I love it. Thank you so much, everybody. That is the last one of A Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 2. So already playing.
I was wondering what that noise was going on in the background.
Well, it's playing now. This is the trailer. Everybody.
I can hear music every now and again, and I was getting really freaked out.
This is Season 3. Look, it's happening.
Oh, I need to look at the YouTube.
Season 2.
Number 6.
That's very professionally put together, Josh. Well done.
Thank you. It just happened. It happened without me even wanting it to happen at that point, just like it did on the preview at the weekend.
Remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder, treason, and plot. And if you forget the 5th of November, then stay tuned on the 6th for Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 3.
Exactly. There we are. We did it.
I know
guys.
no reason why this Warhipster season should ever be forgot. There you go.
Well, it will always be on YouTube for the rest of time.
Doesn't quite rhyme as well as Adam's, but
I know, I wasn't trying to. Guys, I'm going to put you all on the spot now. What was your favourite slide from all of the last 13 episodes?
Slide 12, episode 3.
We can't do all the episodes. We can maybe do this one episode, but not all the episodes.
Flying Muttley's dragons.
Flying Muttley's dragons. We don't have to do this tonight because
No.
tonight was just kind of the roundup of everything.
You are quite literally all winners.
Yes.
No, honestly, the like to get serious for a moment, the standard ever continues to improve, much to mine and apparently Gordon in chat's chagrin, because we can't keep up. But no, it's been fantastic, and seeing what you guys put together is a privilege and an honor. And the fact that season 3 is coming around so soon offers just more opportunities to see more amazing hobby. So I've got that to look forward to as we head into the winter months. Winter is coming, as are fantastic paint jobs.
Yeah,
for sure.
So November 6th is going to be the kickoff. It will be where basically it won't be this is the first review show. It will be where we as a team unveil the rules and regulations that will then promptly be ignored by myself about 3 months into it, because it is what it is. So we'll be kicking it off on the 6th of November. That will be when season 3 begins. So you have the next couple of months to either accumulate models and get them built and ready to start painting, or you can take the time off. Your time is your own. You can do whatever the hell you like.
No, you can't paint models.
So yeah, just November 6th is when season 3 will be kicking off.
Nice.
Any ideas, the three of you, that you might
Oh, I'll just be doing more AOS.
Ooh. I'll probably do some more Lord of the Rings. I might do back into doing some other models as well. Maybe finish off some Tyranids or Chaos Space Marines. We'll see. And the couple of AOS models in there maybe as well. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll get you.
Well, I have a spearhead to complete, so I've still got that to do. But I also have a lot of Lord of the Rings models to get to. I've got another couple armies to paint for that. So that's probably where I'll be spending a lot of time.
Yeah.
Rez, any ideas or?
I have ideas. I think I definitely want to get a spearhead done.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other things I want to try. But I'll keep those for a surprise, because also if I don't do them, I don't want to commit them.
Surprise / covering your own arse. I like it.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Yeah. That's awesome.
More dragons.
More dragons,
Yeah.
more dragons all the time. I'm sure there will be dragons. There'll be dragons in season 3. I'm sure there will be plenty of them.
I feel like Rez, you should have a dragon from, like, even if you just don't have the army, you should have, like, you've got your Stormcast dragons. You should have a zombie dragon. You should have like the Thanatorg that old Abraxia is knocking about on. That's kind of like a dragon.
Have you seen the Smorg model? It's like the size of a cat.
Yeah.
Well, you can have a Smorg, a Smaug. What do we call him? Smorg, Smaug. Take up the room.
Guys, drop your ideas for season 3 in the chat now if you have them. If you don't, that's
please
also
let us know what you're doing as well. We can get a sneak peek of your plans.
Yeah.
And the channel in Discord will remain open. I'm not closing that until season 3 begins, because we want to keep things a little bit neat and tidy. So if you guys want to keep just like sending and sharing in there in the spirit of Tale of Many Warhipsters, please do. But we do need to have a couple of months to rest and reset the program, and figure out just how we can make it truly the best series on YouTube that it absolutely deserves to be. But yes, season 3. I suspect season 3 is going to be a big one. And I can't wait for it personally. Sure. And I just hope to see you all back in the chat out there. Anybody who's watching this on demand, I can't wait to get started on it. I've got some ideas. I was talking through a few of them earlier with the boys, and you guys have also made some suggestions of things you'd like to see. Things like being able to get some of you out there to also be on the stream and do some of the feedbacking and all that good stuff as well. Just really make this, the premiere event of the year. So it's the most fulfilling thing I think that we do on Warhipster, and
Agreed.
it's not just me. It is a team effort. It's the three guys here, just absolute warriors for showing up and getting it done. I might make the occasional joke about someone's lateness or someone's absence. But I mean it in love, always.
No, I listen. When it comes to when I'm sitting there at 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night, to misquote Billy Joel, and I am reviewing a document, or I'm doing whatever I'm doing for work. Believe me, I would, as much as I love my job, I would very much like to be here on time, talking about and looking at really cool models and talking to you wonderful people in the community. However, unfortunately, work does get in the way sometimes, and that is just the way it is. But I will try my absolute hardest to attend on a more punctual basis than I have done for this season in some cases. It's my promise to you. Best efforts.
Thank you. Maximum effort, I believe, is the saying.
We'll go with best.
But yeah, I mean, there's things like I want to get T-shirts and stuff made up for it.
Yeah.
Just stuff to really kind of make this, like I said, the
celebrated.
Because it's as much as it's a celebration of what my three co-presenters also do, it is really, the focus is everybody else out there who's on the chat, who's watching on demand, who participates in the Discord, who does all of that stuff. It's the show that I think is the most important part of the aspect of Warhipster community, and it's staggering the amount of support that we receive, and the engagement within this. I mean, at one point during the this season, we were having over 80 entries, which is literally like a doubling of the best episode we had from season 1. So if it doubles again, we're probably going to have to do this stream at the weekend and start at like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and also have
probably still finish at midnight if it's doubled.
Yeah, and also have an intermission and things like that. But honestly, it's you make looking forward to this time of the month. This stream is one of the most fulfilling parts of being the YouTuber that I am, and I'm just full of gratitude for everybody who takes part, but equally I'm just super appreciative of everything that the three of you do to be part of this. So you're just all great, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done over the past year.
Thank you for having us, mate. It's been a privilege.
Keep
those amazing models coming, because we definitely want to see them in season 3.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Definitely. No questions asked. Anyway, guys, for the final time in A Tale of Many Warhipsters Season 2, it is time for us to bid farewell. So I'm going to ask all three of you, and even those of you at home, you can all join in as well, to raise your hands of farewell and wave to everybody. We will be back tomorrow with a painting video, and then there'll be another one on Saturday. And we should be back to our regular streaming next week, because it won't be 45 degrees in the office. See you all very soon in the next one. Love you all. Bye for now. And bye from everybody else. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Good boo.